Hey, you Potter Than Hell junkies. This is Carl Kennedy from the Rods in Kennedy. You're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with the metal encyclopedias themselves. Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan on the keyboards. Crank it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, your host. I'm joined across the table this week by
BC.
Our keyboard player this evening is
Dylan.
And as you know by the title, which I don't know what Dylan's going to title it, but I'm sure it has something to do with KISS. So I got 2/3 of our KISS crew here today. We have Rob.
Hey.
And we have Scott.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. It's been a while. I couldn't even tell you last time we did a goddamn KISS episode. It was before this pandemic shit.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And so welcome back, guys. Glad that we're back, all hanging together and shit. It's fucking awesome. Got my KISS group with me, my homies. Everyone's got a beverage here. Well, Dylan's got iced tea.
Their beverages.
It's a beverage. It is.
It's liquid.
Yeah. And so we're gonna have a loose conversation about KISS in the 90s. We're gonna kind of key in on the tours that they did, because they've always been road dogs, but really the 90s, they really fucking hit hard. They toured. Well, we'll talk about it. So before we get going with that, Rob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. All
right. Cool.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to share
No?
tonight. Yeah.
Recent birthday.
No, today's my anniversary. 26,
happy anniversary.
26 years today, yeah.
Happy anniversary.
To a woman that puts up with my KISS shenanigans.
I know. Didn't we record last year on your anniversary?
Yes. And I said that to her today again.
I
and she's
remember
like,
that. I'm thinking that this is deja vu, but I'm thinking, no, this really fucking happened.
And she said, well, we weren't going to do nothing tonight anyway. It's the middle of the week, or it's the, Thursday night. So we're like,
Gotta love Carol. Love you, Carol.
So she let it pass. And she knows I'm
For a second year in a row.
I'm a KISS guy, so,
All right,
she
so
gives me a slide.
We'll have to record again next year. Cool. Scott, how about you, my friend? How are you?
Doing great, Steve. Doing great. It's great to see everybody. Just hanging in, working long days, but happy to be working, happy to be healthy.
You're
Absolutely.
essential.
Yeah. And our usual other KISS guy, Chris Granza, he couldn't make it tonight. He's actually recording with his band tonight, Reach for the Sky, so they're working on new material. So look for that to be coming out, I don't know, probably next year sometime. Who knows? But I do have to say, there's three-quarters of our KISS Krew's cabin at this table.
Nice. Right?
Because I finally decided to go.
Yeah.
Rob and Chris were going.
Yeah.
And then Scott's going, too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's going to be Scott's 50th birthday present.
If we could get a room.
Yeah, we're still on. We're
on
the
a waiting list.
We're on the waiting list, but the sixth man person pretty much told Chris that we're almost guaranteed to get a cabin. So I'm not worried about
promising.
it. So I don't. I'm and I was talking with Chris about it last night, and I don't know how you guys feel. I've talked about this before. They only give 2 tickets for the indoor shows per cabin. So I'm not taking one, so I don't know between the three of you guys who's going, who's not. I don't know, but you could probably get another ticket somewhere. I'm about to hang. I'm going on this KISS cruise because I want to hang with my boys.
Yeah.
I want to hang with my fellow KISS fans and people that I haven't seen since KISS cruise. It'll be 3 years ago when we actually go on this one.
Right.
And it's going to be awesome to have Scott there. Berto, we've KISS cruised since KISS Cruise 6 together.
Wow.
And,
6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, 8. And Chris also, same thing for Chris. And it's going to be awesome. So maybe we'll put Dylan, BB, and BC in another cabin. We'll get the whole fucking gang there. But I'm looking forward to it. And we were talking about it yesterday, comparing it to the Monsters of Rock cruise. There's like 50 bands in the Monsters of Rock cruise, probably 10 bands on the KISS cruise, 10, 12-ish maybe.
Take, yeah.
And what I was talking about was that I'm kind of looking forward to not having that many bands on the boat, so that there will be more time to hang out, shoot the shit,
Chill.
have some beverages, and eat like gluttons for a fucking week. Hey, what do you want to do? Oh, I could eat. Okay, let's go. You know,
I could eat. That's the thing.
but it's just such a good hang, and I'm so glad that I decided to go. But you know, keep our fingers crossed that we do get a cabin. So, which I think we will. But what I think is going to happen is the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I've said this before as well, but I don't think I said it to you guys, that the Monsters of Rock cruise is doing it on an island next year, like I think it's Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be on an island, and they're doing it like a Sandals, and then there's another all-inclusive place that they're right next to one another, so it's going to be there.
So no boat.
So I think that all these cruises are going to wait and see how this goes. And that may be the new model for...
Have you ever heard of the Fire Festival?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was on an island as well.
I saw the documentary
on that. It did
on
not
that.
go well.
Yeah. But that was
they didn't have it, though.
Story.
Right? That didn't even take place, right?
It did. Like, people were on the island.
People went there, but there was no show.
Yeah, everybody
Right. Yeah, but this is...
backed out.
But there's been other bands that has had them on islands already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be the model, though. These events may be moving off of these cruise ships onto these islands.
You fly into the island and
yeah.
then
And I don't know how that's going to work with pre-parties, too. Are they still going to do a pre-party in Miami, or are you going to have to...
They'll do it on the plane.
Fly to Miami?
Yes.
Do the pre-parties there and then fly down the... You know what I mean? It's going to be...
I would imagine, because you got to leave probably from Miami, depending on where it's at, but...
Yeah, it's going to be
Punta
wherever Sandal...
Punta Cana?
Punta Cana, I think. Yeah, so...
Because
I think it's going to be cool.
Wasn't it
never been on
Ace and...
No, me neither.
Ace and somebody else doing the pre-party this year, or last year, for 9. It was Ace and somebody else was going to do the pre-party.
Yeah.
Vinny, probably Vinny.
No, it wasn't Vinny.
God.
I forget who it was. It was Ace and somebody was going to do the pre-party.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were booked and ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We'll see. We'll see how it unfolds.
Yep.
So before we get rocking into this, I'll see what everybody's listening to. We'll go with Scott. What have you been listening to lately, my friend?
Definitely. Well, for this episode, definitely checking out the KISS in the 90s. Certainly revisiting the Revenge, Carnival of Souls, Psycho Circus era, but then also too, with the recent passing of Frankie Banali, I was just listening to some old Quiet Riot. So some real classic tunes there.
All right, cool. How about you, Berto?
I was doing the same thing. I was revisiting a lot of the Revenge and Carnival of Souls stuff and like that. But then I started going down an old road that I haven't been down in a long time. Foghat Live. A lot of those songs I forgot about. Like, you got your Slow Ride and you got all, But the other ones, all these little ones, and they're just...
Like
it's
Honey
just
Hush
and
they're just, Full for the City.
They're just jam songs. But even the ones that you don't know, I don't even know the titles of them. And they just jam. That's a great record.
That is. We rocked to that many times. And it's funny because I literally went back. I was listening to one of our old episodes because I had to get some information about another episode. And I was talking about that and talking about how we used to rock to that all the time. That's cool that you said that.
It was a great album, yeah.
How are you, Dylan?
I would have liked to have said that I was listening to Ace Frehley's new covers album, but it doesn't come out till tomorrow, unfortunately. So I listened to Marilyn Manson's new album, We Are Chaos, a little bit of that. Not too bad from what I've listened to so far. I haven't gotten too deep into the album, but it's not bad so far. It feels like the right time for a Marilyn Manson album to come out.
That should be the name of our podcast, We Are Chaos.
Is that John 5 as well on there?
That's a good question. I'll look that up.
Okay.
But
No, he's with Rob Zombie now, right?
he is with Zombie.
now,
But he used to.
He used to be,
He used to kick in
Used to
a couple
double dip.
songs here and there.
Did he?
He used to help him out in the studio and stuff. But I
He
don't
needs all
know.
the fucking help he can get.
Maybe it's been a while though.
Well, Dylan's looking it up. How about you, BC?
Of course, just like these guys, revisit the KISS from the 90s. But when I was on the 90s kick, I went back to Night Ranger. There were 2 albums from the 90s, so to say. Neverland and Seven. I mean, a lot of people don't even know they put albums up.
Yeah.
But if you're a Night Ranger fan, you would know.
Night Rangers, they're a great band.
I love
live.
Night Ranger. I've been on a
Live,
Night Ranger
they're,
kick.
they're fantastic live.
They are.
They're just such an underrated band, and those 2 albums are very underrated.
Yeah.
So check them out, people.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been checking out. I got on a little Project Gemini kick the other day. I went through, busted out my vinyl. I listened to the first 3, An Ordinary Day, Brand New Day, and then Man of Dreams, Man of Science, Man of Dreams. And I was checking them out. Real good stuff. I'm listening to some little bit of Rush because we're going to be continuing with our Rush saga going on and a couple episodes down the road. And the new Striper, I find myself, that's another album I find myself going back to again and again.
They keep putting out great albums.
So yeah, just good stuff out there. So go ahead.
It is not John 5. There are 2 guitarists listed, John Schreifler and Paul Wiley. I guess he produced it with Shooter Jennings, who was Waylon Jennings' son.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing because he's country. So
Yeah. Wow.
And Maryland's a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Took a second to soak in.
It did. Took a little bit.
That's
Going way back. Dottie Marie.
All right, so that's what we got going. Rob's got some Foghat Live and some 90s Kiss. Scott 90s Kiss as well and some Quiet Riot. R.I.P. Frankie Benali. Dylan's got a little new Marilyn Manson, We Are Chaos. And BC's got a little 90s Night Ranger, a little 7, and a little Neverland going. Neverland's great. I actually threw that live album on that's from that tour, the Live in Japan one. Mm-hmm. That's really good. Fuck it, you can't go wrong with that. Night Ranger is like a top 5 band for me. Mm-hmm. I've really been checking them out like a lot lately. And some Project Gemini, Rush, and some Striper for me. So let's talk some Kiss. This is our last episode. We've been talking about all topics in the 90s for this whole month. And what better way to come to the end of the 90s with Kiss, because they blazed into the 90s. Like, they came off the Crazy Nights tour. They put out Hot in the Shade in 1989, but they didn't start the tour until 1990. The first date was May 9th of 1990, so almost halfway through, the next year after the album came out, they toured, because the Rise to It didn't do shit as a single, and then when Forever came out, that hit pretty good, and then they were able to get going. And it's actually was it your first show too, BC? First Kiss show in Binghamton?
No, not in the 90s.
Huh?
My first Kiss show ever?
Yeah.
Was Animalized.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Oh, nice,
all right.
nice.
You guys suck, by the
I
way.
was there, buddy. Great show.
It was.
So anyway, it was mine and Scott's first Kiss show, and we saw them in Binghamton, New York on June 22nd, 1990, and then I saw them again on June 27th in Allentown, which the stage was not big enough to hold total Leon, so he was lobotomized on the stage. But we had Little Caesar and Slaughter opening up for them. Let's talk about this tour. They amped up their set list. Rob, give us a typical set list here. We're going off of the Kiss Alive Forever book here we got in front of us. We're going to reference that a couple times tonight. Go ahead, give us a typical set list there, Rob.
All right.
You can pick anyone. They're all
Alrighty. We're going to do open up with I Stole Your Love, Deuce, Heaven's on Fire, Crazy Crazy Nights, Black Diamond, which is weird for in the middle of the show. Shout It Out Loud, Strutter, Calling Dr. Love, Rise to It, Fits Like a Glove. Love that song.
Awesome.
Lick It Up, God of Thunder, Forever, Hide Your Heart, Cold Gin, Tears Are Falling, Love It Loud, Love Gun, Detroit Rock City, I Want You, Rock and Roll All Night. I mean, what a set list.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's a fantastic
So many classics they brought back.
Yeah, I remember, and it's weird, I've said it before, like, I've been a Kiss fan since, like, 1976, and it was, like, fucking 1990 before I got to see them. Just circumstances that came up that I wasn't able to go, and it's just weird. I was glad I got to see my first Kiss show with my Kiss brother Rob here. BC was with us at that show too. We were like right up front. We were like maybe 3 or 4 people back from the rail.
Yeah.
And they came out. I Stole Your Love. Paul was playing that friggin' Sunburst Les Paul. Yeah. Like, he's like playing Ace's guitar here,
But what an opener, too.
It was like,
that's a fantastic opener.
Unbelievable. Just a fantastic show. Yeah. And like the attendance, I was looking at the attendance on there, and like it wasn't sold out, but I don't know, it seemed like it was fucking jammed.
I get the same perception.
Yeah,
and I was on the floor too.
Right. What was your first impressions there, Scott?
Yeah, it was great. Same thing. First time seeing them live, so it was just being extra special with that. But yeah, I was also I went with a big friend of mine, and actually I ended up on his shoulders for one of the songs.
He's the guy that someone's throwing shit at. Right. Get the fuck out.
With a beer bottle.
But I have a funny story about the second show. But anyway, great, just a great experience, great. And actually, Slaughter was pretty big at the time too. If you remember.
Yeah, they were just starting to hit with Up All Night and everything too. And Little Caesar, I'll tell you what, they were really good. That first Little Caesar album was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
We rocked to that a lot.
Yeah,
And we rocked to that a lot, BC.
I don't know if we caught the whole show of Little Caesar. I think we came in halfway because we were kind of tailgate. We were tailgating a little bit.
We've been known to do that.
We've been having Pepsis in the parking lot.
But I think we heard the last 3 or 4 songs of them, and they seemed like they were rocking.
Yeah, but we caught all of
Slaughter
though.
Yeah, they were good. They were jamming.
That was a good show. It was really good. Dylan, what were your impressions of the show?
Well, I thought it was.
You were minus 4 years old,
I
right?
wasn't even a thought yet.
But for your guys' first show, what a set list compared to Animalize, Lick It Up. Like, their set list they were just so. They brought all the classics back, so you guys got right into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought
you got a nice first show.
It was fantastic, and like to this day, like, and you know my love for Hot in the Shade, and
there's a lot of
love that reinforces it because like Robbie, you know better than anybody. Like I kind of fell out of KISS for a while there. I was like because there was so much other shit out there at the time, so many other bands.
Yeah, we all did around 81, 82. We all.
Yeah,
fell out.
Even after that, like 84, 85.
Well, because Van Halen was our number one.
Yeah, VH and Iron Maiden were out then, and Krew and all that
Priest,
shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of because they were slacking. They were like back burner band. We still loved them, but they weren't
the band. They weren't
rocking
as
hard as they should have been rocking.
Because they were, and I think a lot of that is because they were following. They were like when we were like diehard KISS fans in the like late 70s, like early 80s, like they were like the leaders. You know, people were copying them.
Yep.
But then once once all these other bands hit and stuff, like they were the ones that were following the trends.
They fell into the group.
And it won't be the first time because they do it again later.
Oh yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, they do absolutely. But you know, I couldn't ask for a better tour to. You know, to see them the first time, and then I saw them 2 days later. Was it 2 days later? No, 5 days later. They played in Allentown, and you know, of course, same set list, but still
outside arena, outside.
And the thing is, too, when I saw them the second time, I wasn't as close. Remember, you know how Allentown, not the way they have it now, which is fucking ridiculous. Right. But there's that wall,
and
we were on that wall,
right?
You know,
which isn't too bad.
Which was cool because I got the whole scope of the show,
and the sound was probably fantastic.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw 2 different shows, but I had 2 different perspectives of it.
Yeah.
And I did get to see all of Little Caesar that time, and I thought they were fantastic. I you know, they're a band I'll throw on every now and then too. Yeah. Just the you know, they have a good they're like kind of like a grungy. Not grunge, but grungy.
Yeah, a little
type,
dirty
rock and roll band.
Dirty's
yeah. So, and Scott, you saw them again on that tour as well.
Yeah, I saw actually at the end, towards the end in November, they played in the Hershey Park Arena. So I saw them there, and actually it was they changed the setup a little bit. They was playing "I Was Made for Loving You" by then, which I don't think they played at the first.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, they played it at the second leg of the tour.
Yeah,
and it was actually Eric Carr's second to last show. Ended up being because the very next night they ended the tour in Madison Square Garden. It was November 8th, I think, if I remember. So, just a great memory. And the thing is too,
November 8th. Yep.
Yeah. And the stage. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about the stage show too. Because Leon and that was just great.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was
God
cool.
of Thunder.
God of Thunder when he's like talking and stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Freaking awesome.
And it was like just. Because you got to see shit from the 80s, and then but like some of your favorites from back in the day, like, you know, Calling Dr. Love, I Stole Your Love. I mean, what a better thing for me to see KISS for the first time. They open up with the opening song on my favorite KISS album.
Right? I know.
Like, boom. Like, okay, I could have just been done there and, like, you know, been happy. But just fantastic. Yeah. Bruce totally, absolutely killing it.
Rocked it.
Because Bruce was pretty integrated into the band by then, because this was his like third tour,
and he was
KISS. Really, essentially 4th tour.
He wasn't Bruce the Spruce no
right?
more.
Yeah,
he was moving around.
He had a stage presence then. You know, absolutely tearing it up. And I like Bruce's interpretation of the solos. He doesn't. It's not note for note like they are now.
Right.
But it keeps the spirit of the solo. It's not like Vinny going fucking crazy on You know, let alone like calling Dr. Love, where it's like totally unwarranted, but it services the song, but you still have that classic
he
feel
throws
to it.
a couple things into it.
Yeah. So I think it was fantastic.
Yep.
Glad I got to see Eric Carr. Back then, no one knew he was. He would have been dead in like a year and a half. He would have passed away.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, and it's weird to find out that him and Paul weren't getting along at all.
Right.
They were at odds for the longest time there too. So what was your impression of the show there, BC?
Now I knew.
Now I know I was really fighting with Eric Carr.
I remember that. I mean, the show came and they came out, like you said, boom. I mean, the stage was like, wow. I mean, compared to Animalize,
Right. Which was kind of tame. Yeah.
it was very tame compared to this, and it's just I don't know. It's just everybody. We were having a good time. One of our favorite bands. I just remember the set list being great. The band,
Yeah.
to me, never sounded better. It was just an overall great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to your point, I Stole Your Love, probably the first time they played in 12 years. Like you said,
Yeah, they
those
probably
songs
hadn't played it since like
the Live 2
the
tour.
Live 2 tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stuff like that was
Yeah.
extra special. And then when they walked out of the mouth at the beginning with the lasers,
No,
that
The
was
laser.
awesome.
That
was
was
great.
cool because
You
you
see
see the
their
silhouettes.
shadow.
Yes.
Their shadow.
Yeah.
Their
Yes.
Yeah, that
silhouettes,
was cool.
The
I
entrance
forgot
was
about that.
awesome.
Yeah.
That
That was
was
fantastic.
fantastic, yeah.
And then just a year later, November 24th, Eric Carr passes away. So he had to be sick during that tour in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
He passed away the same day as Freddie Mercury, and so that was downplayed. Which it's a guy in KISS. It was going to be downplayed anyways because the press never gave a shit about KISS.
Right.
Alive and now dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were just never a band that the press cared about. And
No.
and then Gene and Paul, they wrote that letter to Rolling Stone or whatever that was.
Right,
I think
right,
that was
right,
kind
yeah.
of assuaging their guilty consciences that.
Yeah, because
that
Paul
they,
had
right,
the
that they
fallout
weren't,
with them.
in the best of, friends at the time. But
Yeah.
the guy was a monster drummer. Guy was
Oh,
a fucking hard hitter.
unbelievable.
Go back and check out the videos from when they played those unmasked shows, like in New Zealand and Australia and stuff. Like just the energy that he pumped into those old classic songs was just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like go back and listen to Detroit Rock City from that like Auckland show.
Right.
Like holy fuck! I remember seeing that. It was on some show at night. They showed a couple different songs, and Detroit Rock City was one of them. And I'm like, oh my god, listen to the like double bass drums
Right.
on Detroit
He
Rock
was
City.
putting
It was
notes
fucking
in between
awesome. It was
each-
like holy
yeah.
shit, like
It was
totally
amazing.
ramped up the song.
Yep.
And I think he gave them a
Kick in
much
the
needed
ass.
kick in the ass
Yep.
that they needed.
Yep.
And I was gonna say a young guy, but I think he's a year older than Paul. He would have been a year older than Paul.
Right.
But he seemed so much more youthful than the rest of the guys in the band. You know what I mean? He had that exuberance, that energy that I quite frankly think that they were lacking in those later years.
Definitely.
And it was cool. It was a kick in the ass, and he had that big fucking mane of hair. It was like a fucking lion up there. I mean,
And everybody says he loved his fans around that time. Like, all during that time where Gene and Paul were like, yeah, but Eric was like, come here, hey, come here, I'll give you an autograph.
he'd go to fans' rooms and party and hang out with them and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking fantastic. Where were you like, oh, I fucking partied with Eric Carr last night. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like, well, because Lisa gave you he signed
Yeah,
that album.
Crazy
for you.
Nights. She got the picture disc autographed because she met Eric, super sweet guy, so she brought it with him, autographed Crazy Nights, and she ended up giving it to me years and years later, and I got Gene's autograph and I got Bruce's autograph on it. Now I need Paul's, which is the hardest to get. But he autographed.
You have
it,
to buy
no
a
problem.
painting
They
on the
hung out
next
with-
cruise.
I'm gonna have to. It's the only way you get his autograph.
I know.
can't get that.
And once again, thank you, Chris Granza, for letting me get my album signed by Paul. And I tried to get yours signed, but I was shot down. I did try though.
I'm gonna have to buy a painting. It's already. I got it because I got to get my pinball machine signed too. I got one more autograph I need left on that. So the only thing I could do is buy a frickin' painting for $1,000 from Paul. It's the only thing I
You know
can
what
do.
you need to do? You need to buy a mountain bike and go ride around Los Angeles with a mask on. So when you see Paul, You can see him on the side of the road, and maybe he'll sign your shit for you.
Bring him a Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Starbucks.
Tell him, hey, I'm masked up. Can you just fucking sign this out?
got a mask
I
on.
came all the way
I
out of
got my
California.
mask on.
Yeah.
Come on,
They'd
damn
be
it.
like, I'll sign your mask for you first.
Yeah.
No, it got me
It's
this.
funny.
Yeah. So that's I don't know. It's going to be tough to get both of them signed though.
I know.
Especially with them
know.
doing one signing though.
I know.
So all right, so boom, Hot in the Shade tour. Finally got to see them. Awesome. Revenge comes out. That album I think was just the culmination of Kiss is back. You know, they had the street look back, I think.
And Vinnie Vincent was back.
And Vinnie Vincent was back writing shit for them. Dude may be whatever,
Right.
but dude can write a song.
Right. Exactly.
Whether he can still play or not still remains to be seen.
Nobody knows.
By the majority of the Kiss world. But he played that thing and they said he ripped it up, but I want to see it.
He
I
could write
wanna see
lyrics.
it. He did that thing in Nashville last year.
With a handful of
Ain't there
people.
supposed to be something coming up?
Yeah,
there's
kinda
some
really
a
do it
Christmas thing
for
or
like
something, like a Christmas
money.
jam or something like that.
Yeah. Who
Or
knows?
$600 or something like that a ticket.
To be determined. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, all he had to do was come out and rip it up for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
For 30 seconds, we saw him play. Rob and I got to see him on the pre-party for the monster for the last Kiss
You look
Krew.
like you never
There was no ripping anything up that night.
No.
He played a couple chords and he just smiled and stared.
I would look better with the guitar. I think.
Yeah,
did
he
that
was-
night.
It looked like
looked like-
BC holding a baby.
Yeah.
I got this thing in my hand. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Please,
It's
like, take it away from me.
Yeah.
It
that
was.
was
It
very-
was like it was weird.
Terrible.
It was weird. We even moved up closer because
Yeah, it was
like, this
awkward.
is gonna be cool.
It was awkward.
It
It
was
was very
it was-
awkward. It
Like
was,
the whole room, the vibe just went fucking south.
yeah, and everybody just stared.
Everyone's like,
"What is he
the
doing?"
Fuck, he's got like that cross on his. It was like just like
yeah.
Yeah.
Without the hole though, because he
yeah.
didn't do it.
It couldn't be exact.
Didn't do that.
Yeah,
So, who
but it
knows?
was just so weird though.
It was
But,
very
like, he was
strange.
terrible.
It's like, yeah,
So anyway, they got back to their street look for
Yes.
Revenge. Revenge album. I'll come to you last, Rob. Dylan, you're not involved too much in this.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on a Revenge album?
I actually just listened.
I know we talked about these albums, but we'll just do a quick.
I re-listened to this one today. A very good album, I think. It has a lot of things to like on it. I really enjoy Bruce's guitar playing quite a bit.
Yes.
The solos are perfect for each of the songs. And, of course, it has the best Kiss song ever, Car Jam 81, at the end of it.
Terrible.
That's a wonderful tribute to a wonderful drummer. And
It
if you don't like
is.
that song, then you clearly hate Eric Carr.
That's not true.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
myself,
not true.
too. So Steve's a Eric Carr hater.
It's much better than
Carr.
It's better than Breakout, I think. Because the guitar sounds
I would agree.
better.
It is
I would agree.
Breakout.
No, let's break out without words. It's much better.
The guitar sounds better.
I
like the
agree with you
production.
100%.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. It's a great song, Dad.
Yes, it is.
And it has a nice drum
We
solo
shall
from Eric
overrule him from now. Forever let it be
We all-
written that
that's-
Car Jam is better.
the official Part of the Hell opinion.
These opinions do not reflect the management of the Potter Than Hell podcast.
Disclaimer.
No, but it's a great album. I think it's a perfect 90s album for them. Before they tried to be 90s, it comes naturally in this album as opposed to other albums we may talk about down the line.
Yeah, that's
What do you think, BC?
I love this album. When it came out, it's like, bam! I'm like, I mean, other than the look was like, all right, they look good. They had a mean look again. Just the whole album. There's not a bad song on there. The only one I could probably do without is probably "God Gave Rock and Roll to Me." I don't know what it is. It's just
That's a good one too.
Blows.
Oh, come on.
I like that.
Yeah.
The
I'm not
guitar
saying, but-
And when they
something-
played that
maybe
with
it's 'cause they
the
played-
the first time they used the screens in the back with the TV and they showed the old Kiss and
Yeah.
they reflected back there. Was that Hot in the Shade or was that
That's later.
for Revenge Tour? And then they showed
No, they played that at the end, didn't
the
they?
farewell. Was
The
it
fair-
the farewells?
One of those.
oh maybe it was the
Yeah.
farewell
Farewell,
tour.
yeah.
And they showed like Kiss throughout the years and they played that song. Oh, it was awesome.
I'm just talking about in the context of this album. Like,
Right.
this album's just so heavy and rocking, and then
But see, I think Bruce's guitar again elevates that song a bit. It sounds that it has that
Great
epic
solos.
rock feel to it.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying anything about the musicianship of it. It's just, I think it was just
One of two steps down.
you're
on that
going
album.
and bam.
Actually, one of three for me. What do you think, Scott?
Okay, so good story about this. So I was in college at the time when this came out, but I was doing college radio, and I remember when the promo single came out for Unholy, because you would get it right before the album would get
Right.
released. And it blew me away. I remember when I heard that, I'm thinking, this is like, that song came out, and it was just like, whoa, KISS is back. Gene is back.
Unusual to
You
have
know?
a Gene song released
Yes.
first, too.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I think the Ezrin production was fantastic,
Yeah.
too. Bob Ezrin.
That was a good call.
Yeah. It was
It's either awesome or fucked up.
Right. As Bruce's guitar playing fantastic throughout the whole album. His solos are just great. The only song I might love the album. I think the one song I could do without is "Spit." I thought that was a throwaway, but I
So
think
it don't mean spit
Most
to you.
definitely.
But the album itself was great, and the tour. Well, I'm sure we'll get to the tour, but I did see the first show, so we'll talk about that. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Birdo.
I totally enjoy this album. I think this is like KISS getting back into it. You know, after with the Hot in the Shade tour, they're like, you know, let's give the people what they want. Let's go back to KISS, heavy, without the makeup, and like Gene was back to being like demon-esque with as much as he could without the makeup. You know what I mean? He had the goatee and he just looked angry and he was just. And every song on there, I don't see one bad song on there. Everyone's a jammer, especially Thou Shalt Not. You know how I feel about
Oh, that's a
that
great
one.
one.
Heart of Chrome, awesome song. There's every one is really good on there. You know what I mean? I just wanna. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, and then a little hidden. You know,
You don't want a romance. You don't want a
Take It
romance.
Off. Oh, then we get to the tour and they did Take It Off and they brought the strippers on stage.
We'll get to the tour.
All
We'll get
right,
to
sorry.
the tour. Yeah, when this came out, I mean, the first thing, because the video for Unholy came out before the album came out, and it was like, holy fuck, like, look at Gene. Like, Gene finally, I think, felt comfortable again.
Yes,
agreed.
right.
You know, he finally felt comfortable. I think he was back fully invested in KISS, not making movies and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
You know, I like the album. I think it happened twice. There's two albums that I love that I think are overrated, and they're both Bob Ezrin ones. Destroyer, love it, but I think it's a little overrated.
I agree.
And I think Revenge is a little bit overrated. And I talked
don't
about this
agree as
before.
much on that.
I think it's a little overrated because, number one, every time I look at you sucks. Car Jam, and I've
sweet
talked
song.
about it before, I think they could have did something way better for Eric than that.
Yeah, but that was already recorded.
But KISS were never that heavy before. I mean, they have songs that are heavy, like War Machine, shit like that. But this is an album of that. I mean, I love the album. Don't get me wrong, but I think it gets a lot more love because of the look that went along with it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an album that has the album cover. Everything is working towards that aesthetic. Like it's all just coming together in one
Right,
harmonious thing.
And I thought I mean I enjoyed it because I mean like right, you nailed off some of the songs there, Rob. Fantastic, and the production is fucking fantastic on that album.
Production is great.
Everything is crisp and clear. Bruce totally came into his own on this album.
And they let him go.
They let him go,
go. Yeah.
I
Which
mean,
was
just that
awesome.
solo alone on Unholy is like,
Yeah.
holy fuck. Just like, and Bruce was saying in one interview, like someone, because, you know, we talked about Vinnie Vincent co-wrote a couple songs on this album, and I guess someone had asked Bruce if Vinnie played the solo on Unholy. He was fucking pissed.
Well, I don't blame him.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's ripping. In like the video, he's playing the white flying V. Fucking,
I
it's like,
know.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you never seen anyone but Paul play a flying V in KISS. I mean, there may be
Right.
not picture here, there may be Ace, maybe, you know, and Vinny had the Jackson, Randy Rhoads type thing, but you never had a KISS guy besides Paul playing a flying V. And then he just tore it up in that solo on that.
Yeah.
Friggin' fantastic.
And the look, the leather. Everybody was
Right,
back
it was-
to leather.
that's why
it was
I
like
think it's-
73, 74 starting all over again
Without the makeup.
without the makeup. But they
Right.
went back to the leather and the glow.
And now you have the addition of Eric Singer in there. Yep. You got hey, there's a blonde to it. Fucking KISS, like
But it
Not
looked,
anymore.
it
not
looked-
anymore.
It looked good.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
It looked good.
But it was cool, and it was totally. I don't think he's a total different drummer than Eric Carr. Different drummer than Eric Carr.
Right. Different style.
More of. I think he had back then. He had a little more of a swing to his playing than Eric did. Eric was more of a
Thunder.
like a Thunder Bonham type thing, and I think Eric Singer. I mean, he's played with everybody. You know, he before that he played with Alice Cooper and Lita Ford and a bunch of others. So, but I mean, good addition to the band because he played in Paul's solo band,
right,
when he toured in 89,
yep.
early 89,
yep,
and and he just hung with them, from there.
Wilkes-Barre, I was there.
Yeah, me too.
I missed that one.
That was a good one. Bob Kulick was there too.
Yeah,
Bebop Cafe.
Bob Kulick, rest in peace.
Bebop Cafe.
Yep, Bebop Cafe,
Yeah.
and it was packed.
It was.
There was a lot of people in there.
I've never been so deaf in my life leaving that show.
It was
I was
so
a senior in
hot.
high school. Yeah,
It was
never
so
forget.
hot in there. It was an old, like a train car, or like a train car, and he played on a stage in a train car.
He actually said,
It was
I should go
crazy.
play in my dressing room. I have more space in my
Yeah,
dressing
it was
room. He
so
actually said that
tight.
on stage.
No shit.
Yeah, but it was freaking
And-
awesome.
Funny story. Warrant was supposed to open that night.
They got
Yeah,
arrested.
they got arrested.
Yeah, J.D. Lane
Underage
came
girls,
up and said-
underage
yeah.
girls on their tour bus. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, Revenge, fantastic. Then they go on the road for Revenge. Got to see them again in Binghamton. They, I got the date here. We saw them October 2nd in Binghamton.
Yep.
For the Revenge tour, and
Faster Pussycat,
and Trickster.
Yeah.
I don't remember Trickster.
We missed
Trickster.
Tailgating.
We were tailgating that one. Yeah, we definitely saw Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, but we saw them a million times before
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
So we were in no hurry.
Right, and I forgot because I was looking at the Kiss Alive Forever book, and I'm like, Trickster. I'm like, I don't remember them mentioned like ever. So we didn't even see a note of their music. So they
No.
were totally done by the time we got there. But we were right on the rail again for that one
That would have been.
Yeah. Yep.
because it was me and BC, Rob, Carol, and Mel. Rob's sister-in-law.
Your memory is so much better than mine.
It is. I remember shit like that.
I don't remember.
I remember leaving that show. I was so fucking thirsty. I would have paid $20 for a fucking bottle of water.
I was just going to say that one of the things I take away from that show is it was so damn hot.
It was, and it was October. It was
October.
hot
It wasn't
as
like
fuck in
summertime,
there.
nothing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that was the day. That was still the good old days of general admission shows. You go
Right.
in, you get where you fucking get.
and you
Yeah.
squeeze up. You try to get as close as you can, and yeah.
so that I went to the first night of that tour, which was at Stabler. So
Right.
that was in Bethlehem.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually that exists on video. I have a pretty cool.
That was the night
bootleg.
before the
It must have been the
Binghamton
night
one,
before.
yeah.
It was October 1st, right? I guess the first show. night
Yeah, it
of
was the
tour.
first.
Yeah.
Because their sound check was the day before that, and Chris Granza actually won tickets
Yep.
Yeah.
on a radio station or something like that, and he was there with 200 people for the sound check.
Yep.
Got some killer pictures from that,
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh my God, what an awesome night that would have been!"
Yep.
And then you got to see him that night,
Yeah,
or
it
the
was-
following night.
Exactly, and I looked it up on Setlist FM, and this is the cool trivia question. So, it was the longest. Well, 27 songs they played that night, the opening night, and they've never beaten that. That's the most songs they ever played on one show.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. And I don't know if they dropped any songs by the night the night you guys saw him the next night.
Oh, I have no idea.
But here's the list, but it's an amazing. The set list is incredible, and 27 songs.
Yeah, because around that time, then they started playing 2-hour shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, the shows were like an hour and a half. That was the average show.
Pretty much.
Right.
And then Hot in the Shade, I think they stepped it up.
Yep.
They were going 2 hours, and Revenge was 2 hours.
Yep.
And then I think they started cutting it back down a little bit until maybe the reunion. They might have kicked it back up a little bit and then started coming back down a little
Yeah,
bit.
give us our set list for the Revenge tour, Rob.
All right.
This is the show that we saw in Binghamton.
Creatures of the Night, good opener. Creatures of the Night, Deuce, I Just Wanna, Unholy, Parasite, love that fucking song. Heaven's on Fire, Christine 16, Domino, Watching You, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, I Want You, Forever, War Machine, Rock and Roll All Night, Lick It Up, Take It Off. That's where the girls came out.
The lovely ladies came out to entertain us.
Adult performers.
Cold Gin, Tears Are Falling, I Love It Loud, Detroit Rock City, Shout It Out Loud, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, Love Gun, and then Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
Love Gun.
Like-
So they basically ended with Love Gun. That's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it's tough to remember specific things of these shows, but I remember being up front, and then they had the Statue of Liberty.
Yep. That was so awesome.
Behind Eric in that. Just a great set. And they mixed up the set list from the tour before, too. They threw in some other songs. They threw in Hotter Than Hell. They didn't play that one. They didn't play Firehouse the other tour, I think. So it's not like now. It's not like now. It's not like the same set list for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, because the night before they did 100,000 Years, and they didn't do it on our night.
Yep. And they played Strutter the night I saw them. I just because I downloaded the set.
Oh,
list.
did you?
Yeah. So so amazing.
They also did. Oh no, there's War Machine. Yeah. So they did mix it up a little bit. They probably wanted to see what would work and what would not work, and they do that.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. Well, no. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, but I mean, they were on a roll at this point. They were on a roll, and then let's talk about right around then we were going to the KISS Expos. Scott, did you ever go to any of them in New Jersey?
No, I did. Yes, I did. I saw Ace at one of the expos, and it was in Secaucus, I think.
Yep.
Secaucus.
Yep.
I got to see Ace there.
Yep.
I actually have a cool picture of him. I got his autograph. I met him there, and I met Peter at one. I think it was
Peter
the next year.
Peter was there. We went to the Peter one too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a yearly thing for us. It was me, Rob, BC, our buddy Dugo.
It was awesome.
And who else? BB went to a couple as well.
he
BB
did a
went to
couple.
some,
Yeah.
and that was our yearly thing, and it worked out good because the years that they pretty much ended was when M3 started.
M3 started.
Right.
And then we transitioned right from
KISS
KISS
Conventions to
odds
M3.
to
Yeah.
Expos to the M3.
That's true.
And but I mean, like they were cool. I mean, they were fucking huge.
Yeah.
Remember the first one we went to was in the Hilton,
The Meadowlands Hilton.
Meadowlands Hilton,
and it was so
it was like a
tight.
ballroom in a hotel, and it was so packed and so fucking hot and
The
jammed.
ceiling felt so low in there. It was so
Nice.
tight. And Ace Frehley was at that first one that we went to.
Yep.
And it was everybody was jammed in there. It was so tight. And I remember just standing in line for an autograph. I'm like, this is crazy. It was just wall to wall people just smashed in this little tiny place. And then they moved it into Fairleigh Dickinson, and it was.
And they had it in the gym, yeah. And that's where we had the CZO2 and all the KISS tribute bands and stuff played. I mean, it was a good time, and there was a lot of people. There's videos online on YouTube, of people walking around with cameras and shit.
Oh, I have videotapes of all that. I videotaped. You remember Bill Baker's Frehley's comment?
Yeah, that was good.
I videotaped all those. I still have them on compact VHS tapes.
The little tape that goes in the bigger tape.
I filmed all those shows. Strutter was one of the KISS bands, tribute bands, and I filmed all that. It was like. Remember the KISS Museum, and they had never before seen videos, and they had the archives and this and that. I filmed all that shit.
I mean, Bill Aucoin was at them. Vinnie Vincent was at the one. Doro was at them. They used to get a great cast, and then we were there when they came in and took all the fucking bootleg shit out.
I was just gonna say, what year was that?
That was maybe the second last year because it kind of died off after that.
And then they're like, if anybody's got VHS, tapes or stuff like that, or no, it was CDs.
It was bootleg CDs
and bootleg stuff like that. They were getting rid of it, get it out of here. I should post some of those videos on YouTube.
You should. That'd be freaking awesome.
Because the Strutter, I did all those and Fractured Mirror. Yeah. I have all those. I should put them online. People would probably love to see them.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I forgot you videotaped.
I know. So did I. I just have to put it on there.
I mean, because it was cool because we would shoot the shit on the way down. We'd park in the parking lot. We'd tailgate in the parking lot. Yeah. Have a couple beers. Then we'd go in and remember we had the game plan. Okay, everybody go in, split up, and then we'll meet back here in an hour. And then just see. Okay. Did you see this? Beers. You see that, and then we get a game plan. It's okay. So I got to get to this booth to get that. And
I'm looking for this. If you see this, get this album. Grab this, and then who sees the best price on what? And then everybody. We had a game plan. We go out every hour, come back, have another couple beers, go back in, do once around.
But this would be the second day of our weekend because we would go to New York City this Saturday night.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. That's right.
We used to go in, always going to New York City.
Yeah.
Have a night there.
Yeah. How many years did we go with the girls? Didn't we say?
I I think they
2 or 3
Richie
years.
Scarlett and John Regan was at one of them where they went with us. I remember because they were at one of.
Richie Scarlett was at fucking everything.
Richie
Scarlett
he was always
fucking
there
everywhere.
Yeah. Bill Coyne was there the one time. We got to meet him, got our picture
Yep.
taken with him. I still have that picture of you with him.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's you, him, and Dugo.
I
I got one, just me and Dugo.
We can crop him out.
But
Crop him out, put you in there.
we could put it with the other ones. But yeah, I mean, it was nice talking to him. He was so down to earth.
He was a really nice guy. He was.
I wish I could go back and just ask him stuff now that the time I couldn't think of anything. It was overwhelming because there was so much stuff there. And I wish I bought so many more things that were so much cheaper than they are now.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to think though. Back then in the 90s, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that any of us here are rich at this table, but you didn't have that kind of money to spend on shit like that back then.
Agreed.
Because when we start talking, we might as well start talking about them now too. When KISS started to do the conventions, it was $100 to go to that show,
and we were like,
and I was
too expensive.
And I mean, when that happened, I think Dylan was only a couple months old, and I'm like, I can't blow $100 on a fucking ticket to go to this. I got an infant at home, But now,
you're like,
I don't even want to say what the fuck I paid for some tickets for something else. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And
but like back
Dylan
then,
comes with you most of the time.
Yeah, but you didn't have that. You know what they call disposable income back then. Not that I have a whole lot of it now, but
history book. $159. I remember at the time thinking, "Oh my God, how am I going to buy this book?" Remember that was the big thing, and I bought one.
I never.
I bought one too, but I didn't get the first wave when they were numbered.
Yeah,
because I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm building a house. I can't waste $160 on a book." That's because Bruce was on the original.
That's the one.
And then when they had the reunion, I'm like, "Oh my God, I got to get this book." She's going to kill me, but I got to get this book. And then I got the one with Ace and Peter on it, which weren't numbered, but I'm like, I had to have it after that. So I'm like, I bit the bullet later.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a great. The 90s, I think, for me, was the best time to be a KISS fan. I love the 80s. Like, I love the 80s stuff. But as far as being a KISS fan, I think the 90s, you had everything. You had, them coming to their own, coming back with the live shows. Then you had Revenge. Okay, boom, they're back. Then they're starting to do this acoustic stuff, which then was cool. Like, I mean, that was the thing. Everybody was doing unplugged shit then,
Right.
Nirvana, Queensryche did one, Alice in Chains. Everybody was doing that shit. And why not?
Right.
KISS went on. But it was cool because back then you would see a video of these and they'd say, "Hey, Mr. Speed," and they would try it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even
Not
if
like
they did
now.
a little
Everything
bit of
is so regimented, so scheduled, so it's got to be perfect. It's got to be this and that. Like back then, they were more of a fun band.
Right.
I couldn't tell you the last time that KISS was really fun themselves. Right. I mean, we have fun as KISS fans because we're KISS fans, but they don't have that fun factor anymore, I don't think.
No.
They just don't. It's too incorporated. It's too, money this and money that. Oh, you want to meet me? Yeah, buy a $5,000 guitar. Buy a $2,000 fucking painting.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that. You didn't have that back then.
No.
They would shoot the shit on the stage.
Yeah.
And in those conventions, that was the seeds of the reunion.
Right.
In Los Angeles.
Peter
comes.
Yeah. They invited him down. Bring your daughter down and, show her the KISS stuff, all the memorabilia we have, and let her see what it was like. And that's what he did.
Yep.
He went
June
down.
17th of 1995 is when they invited Peter in L.A. to come on the show.
Right.
June, right? August, they record Unplugged.
Right.
With Ace and Peter. Yep. So now, I remember seeing that on TV, and I'm like, they're back together.
It was on Halloween.
Yeah. They are going to be back together.
They aired it Halloween night.
Yeah.
Yep. They aired it on Halloween. Yep.
They are going to be back together.
Oh, yeah.
And it was It was you were born in '94, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dylan was like a year old. But I remember. Did you watch that at my house? Yeah. Because I think you came.
I was
up
just
with
gonna say we something went on
and
where
we watched it, and we were like, but remember that it was like,
Yeah. And how good did they sound? I mean, how
Yeah.
good did
I know.
those songs
Oh,
sound?
fantastic.
I mean, ironically, Unplugged might have been the
I was
pinnacle
at
of
the
their
talent.
I was
Yeah.
at the pickled trout in Simpson.
Oh,
with
God, I remember the pickled trout.
With Dugo, me and him were just sitting at the bar, and it came on TV. I'm like, what? Kiss is coming out once? MTV? What? It was crazy. And we were sitting there watching it.
Pick a drought. Huh?
Yeah, that's
every
how far.
that set list was amazing, and every song sounded great.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me read this set list because it's weird because like they had to be there for like 4 hours because they did so much shit. I'm gonna read what they did and how many times they did the songs. Coming Home, Plaster Caster, Do You Love Me, Domino 3 times, Got to Choose, Sure Know Something, Hard Luck, Sure Know Something, A World Without Heroes, Hard Luck Woman, Rock Bottom, See You Tonight 4 times, I Still Love You, Down on the Corner. Whatever the fuck that is.
Is that the
Down
Creedence
on-
Clearwater revival song?
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. I Still Love You, Down in the Corner, Coming Home, Come On and Love Me, Coming Home Again, Plaster Caster, Do You Love Me, Every Time I Look at You 3 times, Spit, Heaven's on Fire, Spit Again. So I think some of these were just like them fucking around doing parts of it. Heaven's on Fire, Spit Again, God of Thunder, a country version of God of Thunder. There's a video out there of that. It's actually pretty funny, yeah. 2000 Man twice, Beth twice. It says Horse Racing Fanfare, whatever the fuck that is. Beth, Nothing to Lose, Rock and Roll All Night. Louie, Rock and Roll All Night again. Happy Trails, Rock and Roll All Night. 3 Blind Mice and Rock and Roll All Night twice. So they had to be just like, let's get this perfect. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, imagine them, okay, boom, they fuck up a song. Imagine them stopping.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, Domino, they did screw up because he screwed up the beginning, I thought.
Yeah.
In the lyrics, he always messed up the lyrics.
Yeah. Gene
So
was
they had to
always like,
restart
even
that.
like, remember the videos from back in the day, like the Alive tour, Gene saying, rah, 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 rah,
yeah.
It's like, let me go rock and roll, and fucking totally fucked it up. But like, I remember watching that show and like, I'm like, oh my God, they sounded fantastic. Seeing Bruce just playing those solos on an acoustic guitar was just, it was just crazy. What was your thoughts on that, BC?
Like I said, out of me and Steve, I'm an acoustic guy out of the two of us. And I was like, this is fucking good. Like you said, Bruce doing a solo on acoustic guitar. And that's the first time you saw stuff like that back then. You're like, wow, check this out.
And on an acoustic guitar, it ain't easy.
No. And I was like, damn.
And that version of Coming Home, too, is
That's the
better than Hotter Than Hell. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the definitive version for me.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was always a song for me. I was like,
Acoustic
you know, I'm not skipping it, but I'm not really listening to it when it's
Right.
being played.
that version.
But like that version was like that's the version of that song now that I go to. Do you know what we're talking about?
I missed what song it was.
Coming Home.
Coming home. Oh yeah. I thought you said Hotter Than Hell.
no.
I was like, that song is
Coming Home.
fantastic. Coming Home. Yeah, they much better.
Yeah, I mean and they were just and they were fun then too because like if you watched when they aired that show, you could tell they were enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were having fun.
Yeah.
They were having fun. They were genuinely having fun, and Bruce and Eric had to be thinking, "Fuck,
We're done.
we are fucking done."
And the craziest thing is, they never sounded better at that show.
Yeah,
I know.
They
That was-
sounded their best.
They sounded their best, and that was the end of that.
I have one
version of
major
the band.
complaint from that show, though.
Sorry.
When they do Rock and Roll All Night, and Paul goes, Peter! And Peter starts singing, he is so out of time of when the lyrics are supposed to come in.
He's
and every
excited.
time I hear it, I cringe. Because everybody else sings perfectly, but Peter's so far off. Listen to it again. Go back, revisit to it. And Peter is so far off, it drives me crazy every time I hear it.
Well, they
Every
did
time
it,
I hear
they
it.
did it like 6 times. They could have picked you.
drive you crazy.
Oh, he does. Ace sings it fine. I mean, in his Ace kind of way, he aceifies
But
it.
it's cool. It's cool to hear that, though.
No, Peters is
No,
not
no,
cool to hear
Peters.
it.
I don't know. I
Go
never
back
know.
and
I never
listen
know.
to it again.
Let it go for a spin.
No, he doesn't. But he's out of time.
And then he says, "Let me in."
he's so out of
Well, he
time.
sings the wrong
It's
verse.
terrible.
I think he sings the wrong verse.
I don't know what it. Yeah, but it's horrible. It's horrible.
But like if you like we just when you went to the bathroom, we read off how many times they did all the songs. There's like multiple takes of Rock and Roll Night.
Oh,
like
yeah.
why couldn't they film one that was
Better.
correct?
I know.
You know what I mean?
Peters-
I don't know.
Peters
I don't know.
singing
See, I
better.
think the energy of that makes up for that because clearly the crowd's excited. The band is super pumped to be playing the song together. It's an iconic and historic moment.
See, they should have kept Eric Singer and had him playing behind Peter.
I think
Right, you
I,
did
drummers.
I think they had Peters' drums turned off or turned down. I don't know for sure.
In the unplugged,
Yeah.
could
I'm
be.
thinking that they had it turned way down.
Well, he didn't have to because he doesn't hit that hard. So you,
I know.
Yeah, they have to
I was
turn,
just gonna say.
they have to turn his drums up.
Yeah, I mean,
but you got to say though. I mean, I think out of all of them, he was the most like thrilled.
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah.
enjoying
And
it.
like Dylan said, I
Like,
think
at
it
the
was
end
just
of
the excitement
Black
of.
People, it was,
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, because like for the most part, Ace was doing his own thing.
Right.
Peter
Right.
was.
well, they had just come off
Peter-
the touring together though, Ace and Peter.
Yeah, but
they were doing
Ace,
the Bad
Ace
Boys
took,
or whatever.
Ace took him out because he felt bad for him
Yeah.
because Balls of Fire wasn't working out for him.
Yeah, he's a ball fire, right?
one thing I want to say, I love the set dressing for the unplugged show. The rock and roll over
on the floor.
thing. It was
really,
a
cool.
really cool
And the
touch.
mannequins.
Yeah, it was truly a Kiss set.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been awesome to be there for the filming
Could you
of that.
imagine?
That would have just been crazy just to see. They don't show on the video. They don't show the crowd a lot.
No,
A couple times.
A couple times they
Not-
do, but
yeah.
they don't show it a whole lot.
that's pretty typical of most of the unplugged sets. They don't really show
Yeah.
the crowd as much.
That's true too. That's true. But
Yeah.
I mean,
And that logo they had was different, but it was cool.
Yeah.
it was unique.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they had the mannequins above it, right? I think the
Yeah,
I think so,
mannequins. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I thought it was cool, but like we were talking about it after we watched that show that night because we knew that it was coming on, obviously,
Right.
That it had been taped. But I mean, and still, that was in the infancy of the internet. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if I even had a computer then. So I mean, I think it was like magazines and because actually they were still playing some stuff on MTV, so you'd see the commercials for it.
Right. Right.
Because like pretty much once the Unplugged thing started coming on MTV, they started playing less and less music on MTV.
Yeah.
Because that's when all the stupid ass shows started coming on and everything, and the M in the music TV went away.
Yeah.
You had less of the M on the MTV.
It's because you didn't demand your MTV, Deb.
Yeah.
Remember how long it took us to get MTV in our town?
Oh,
You
Jesus.
didn't demand it. You have to demand it.
We used to have to take a bus ride to
Demand your
Archibald to watch MTV.
I know. Every day in the summer. Seriously.
We did.
We did.
literally did.
I mean, to walk
had
up
it on
this
24/7.
fucking monster ass
Hill.
fucking hill.
Just to watch MTV sitting on the couches. And
I know.
And that's how all those 80s songs became embedded in my brain because you've seen them videos
Oh.
1,000. You'd see 15 Duran and Madonna and and this shit to
Yeah.
see another thing coming once. And
Yeah,
then you
what's
wait
wrong
another.
with- We're like,
Duran
oh,
Duran.
it is.
No, nothing. I'm just saying, but like to see the metal shit that you wanted.
Remember, we gotta get out of this place. I think it was the Animals,
If
right?
it's the last
If
thing
it's
we
the
ever did,
last thing
yeah.
we yeah. That's coming up on Ace's album tomorrow.
Oh God!
I know, but you'll go down memory lane with
It's
that.
full circle.
Because remember that always came
That
on.
always came on, yeah.
So that's one of the songs. I'm like, oh, I remember that one.
when you got the VHS tape
Oh
of
yeah.
Headbangers Ball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like doing drug deals nowadays. Here's
Headbangers Ball.
you run home, you like,
Headbangers Ball was the best thing on MTV.
oh, yeah.
It was
Because that came on Saturday nights.
Yep.
And when Rob and I were, we'd party all week long, but we would be home at 11 o'clock on Saturday night to watch fucking Headbangers Ball.
It was really cool.
yeah,
It was really cool.
You know, like we more than made up for it during the week.
yeah.
But
yeah.
like you would be
Because
home
they
on
play
a
a
fucking
new video.
Saturday
and
night.
You know who's gonna be on?
Yeah, because I remember coming home the one night. I just sat in the chair and they previewed and they put fucking Painkiller on. I'm like, holy fuck, this is the drummer that Judas Priest needed for fucking 20 fucking years. Holy shit.
Yep.
I remember seeing it. You're like,
And like the video for that is still one of the coolest fucking videos ever. But that was what it was, and seeing going back to the band we're talking about, seeing Unholy on there. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And just and they would even throw like an older Kiss song on there. They'd throw maybe like the Love 'Em Leave 'Em from the Don Kirshner's thing.
Right.
They'd throw that, or I Want You on there.
Yeah.
Very rarely Hard Luck Woman, thank God. But like you would get that shit though.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, soon as the Unplugged shit started coming on, the music started getting less and less on MTV.
Right.
yeah.
For as much as I am not a Springsteen fan, he did Plugged?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fucking fantastic.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah, he does a version of Light of Day on that.
He wrote that.
That is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
That Joan Jett does in. I
Michael
think
J.
the movie's
Fox.
called Light of Day, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like the MTV Unplugged for Kiss, I think that was fantastic. So you need to get that on vinyl now, my friend.
Yes, I do.
I picked that up. I don't know what I guess it's rather expensive now to get on vinyl.
Yeah.
Like I got it for like I think $32 or something like that. Probably, I think Carson so it's got to be 5 years ago. Maybe probably less than that. Probably 3 years ago when he was going to school. I found a vinyl place down there and they had it. I'm like, I got to pick this up.
Is that a colored vinyl? Is that
No,
like
it's
a
just
special
regular
edition?
vinyl.
Oh,
It's
regular
three records, but it's not a gatefold sleeve.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
and it has it has got to choose
Yeah.
on the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now, is that the remastered ones that the reissued ones from 2014? Remember the 40th anniversary? they
Yeah,
put
but
out?
but that wasn't an original.
Oh, no. Oh, you got the original one. The original pressing.
I don't know
I
if
don't
they
know.
did. I don't know
I
if they
don't think-
redid that in the
I don't-
45th anniversary.
Oh, I thought they did.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think they did.
Oh, they did?
Unplugged? I don't
Okay.
think
I
so.
don't
Because
think so.
they didn't do them
Because
all.
it was never
They
originally
didn't do
when
them
it came
all.
out. It wasn't released on vinyl, so I think there's only
right.
one release of that.
Right. Oh, that's a good one.
So I was able to snag that. I'm like, ooh, I gotta pick this up. I think I spent $150 that day.
It happens.
But
Yeah.
it does.
I'm going back down that vinyl hole, and it
I know.
adds up
I
pretty
heard.
quick.
I heard.
Yeah.
Gets in your
I got a
veins
couple.
again.
I got a couple.
It
Have to.
does.
I got a
It's
couple
starting-
left to talk about.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah.
I got a couple we can maybe wheel and deal and trade. I have ones like my old ones. Like there's a lot of them that I knew I had, and I don't know where they are. I don't know what happened to them.
I know. Me too.
I'm
you know
like,
what,
where did that one go? Where
you know
did
what
that
just
one
came in
go?
the mail today? I got Aldo Nova Blood on the Bricks.
Oh, on vinyl.
Yeah.
I have
It
the
was
first
never
one.
released in the States on vinyl. I got it from some dude in England.
Wow.
Yeah.
New copy?
No,
Oh,
no.
no, just a
Used copy.
But still,
it was like
yeah.
It was like $32,
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
not
with the
bad.
shipping.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. So I was happy to snag
That's a
that bad
great
boy.
album.
It is. I
a
love that.
great
It's fucking
album.
Awesome. And I was telling BC, it's really thin. Like when the box came, I didn't think there was anything in the fucking box.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't even tell me they sent me a fucking empty box. So I open it up. I'm like, holy shit! It's like really like if you went like that, it would fucking snap in half.
I love that album. That's
That's
a great
fucking
album.
excellent. Anyway,
Let's
Aldo
get
Nova
back
fucking
on
rocks.
track.
So Ace and Peter, you see that Unplugged, you know they're coming back.
Yep, you're like...
They make their makeup debut on the American Music Awards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tupac.
Yeah.
You're gonna shock the people.
Shock
They
the
go on
people.
there.
Let's
They
shock
don't
the
say
people.
a word.
Nope.
They don't. They
won't.
just show up, do their thing,
Gene does this.
pose for pictures,
Yeah.
and they fucking leave. So now you know. Boom. Kiss is coming back.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll take a little break. We'll do our gem song. All right. This week, Dylan is going to pick our gem song.
Okay, in honor of the passing of their lead singer, I thought I would pick one of the best songs from the band Power Trip. Off their Nightmare Logic album, I'm going to pick Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe. Really great thrash song, fantastic thrash band, rest in peace. They are really a band to listen to, and hopefully you like them from this song. So here's Power Trip with Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe.
All right, we're back from the Gem song. Hope you guys enjoyed Power Trip there. Nothing like throwing a little thrash metal into a KISS episode. You got to fucking love it. Good job, Dylan. And let's do our hidden gems. Since he's so excited about his pick, we're going to go to Rob first. That he literally picked 8 seconds ago.
What I got is it's a crazy album, but if you want to check it out, it's called Reggae Kiss, and it's KISS songs in the reggae fashion. And it's really cool. It's different. They do Naked City, Creatures of the Night, God of Thunder, I Stole Your Love, New York Groove, Love Gun, Black Diamond, Rock and Roll All Night, Unholy. You should hear that reggae style. And then I Want You. But Creatures of the Night, we're creatures of the night. It is good. I'm telling you. You have to.
Rob listens to that smoking pot in his hot tub with his wife.
I seriously do. No, I don't. But
Lies.
No, check it out. You guys will enjoy it. I don't know. Have you ever heard it?
No.
It's really. It is so crazy. It blows your mind, and it's word for word, and they put a little smoothness to it. It's crazy.
All right. Definitely worthy of a gem for sure. What do you got,
Check
Dylan?
it out.
Okay, my hidden gem is a song from a tribute album, but probably not the same tribute album that everybody else is picking from. This is from an Aerosmith tribute, not the same old song and dance. There is a version of Draw the Line done by Jeff Keith, who is the perfect person to pick for a Steven Tyler-esque vocal. Tommy Scott, Tony Levin, and Eric Singer. So that's the connection. Eric Singer drumming. Very cool version. There's also a really awesome version of Chip Away at the Stone, sung by Vince Neil. That I really enjoy. There's a lot of great covers.
What's the name of the album?
Not the same old song and dance.
Well,
It came out in 1999.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
So it's 90s too. So keep it in that as well.
Nice.
Really good CD.
All right. Scott, how about you, my friend?
Okay, so my hidden gem, I just took it off of the 3 KISS studio albums from the 90s, so keeping in theme of our discussion here. So I love Journey of 1,000 Years off of Psycho Circus. The last song on the album, I think Gene kills the vocal, great song.
Yeah.
That's my hidden gem off of that list. So hate me for it, Steve.
You know we're doing that next. You know we're doing that next KISS episode. I don't think Scott's gonna be joining us. I think that song is fucking terrible.
Really?
I do. I hate that song. I'm sorry, Scott. I still love you, Scott, but I hate that song.
All I heard was Gene's vocals on that. So Gene sings all right on that. Other than that, it's not.
Other than that,
It's better
That's
than
all right.
I
Teach his
found
own.
my way.
Huh?
It's better than I finally found my way.
I knew you were gonna hate it.
It
I knew
is.
You were gonna hate
It is better than that. Yeah.
That
It
is
is better than
I
my
actually
pick for
don't
the worst Kiss song.
hate that song.
That's
Finally
my
found my way.
I don't
that's
hate
my
it.
pick for the worst Kiss song.
I don't hate it. It's not.
But you hate Car Jam? Come on.
I don't hate Car Jam. I just think it's a terrible tribute to him. They could have did
Yeah.
much. They could have done
Speaking
much
of-
better.
But it was
Speaking
already
of-
recorded. What were they going to take? Something from a live
They could have.
version?
They could have fucking did one of his awesome solos without the electronic drums and
Okay.
shit. It would have been fucking
Speaking-
fantastic.
which
Speaking
was
of-
fantastic.
There you go.
Speaking
Right.
of tribute,
Who's
I'm
my
going
case?
to do a tribute to the one person of the Kiss gang that's not here. I question your loyalty.
Question it all you want. Actually, I have to see where I placed that because I did the live stream with the Shout Out Loud cast and Sonny, and we did 10 albums that they did, and we ranked all the songs. I forget. I'm gonna have to look and see where that song in it. It was way down there, but there were songs that were behind it.
Yeah.
It's better than When You Want to Wish Upon a Star or whatever the
Oh,
fuck that
yeah,
is. Better
that's-
than that. So
that's true.
there's worse shit out there.
That's
I
true.
like that.
That's-
I like
There's
that
worse
cover.
shit out there.
I like that
true.
cover a lot.
Fuck Jiminy Cricket.
It's like, but like the story behind it, and Gene's coming to America, and
I don't
it's
care.
the
Sing Coming to America. Sing the James Brown song.
yeah. Let's say James Brown, but like Disney.
Before Clubber, before fucking
There would be no Kiss
Apollo
without
Creed
Disney.
gets his fucking ass handed to him. All right, BC, how about you? What do you got?
it's not so. I don't know. It's so much
Did
of
you call
a.
that song "Coming to America"? Huh? Did you call that song "Coming to America"?
Is that what it is?
No, it's "Living It."
Oh, Living in
Living
America.
in
Okay.
America.
America was the movie with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Different things.
All right.
Get into anything.
Steve's on a rant.
It's not a rant. No,
I'm on her.
Sorry, go ahead,
it's
BC.
not a.
Did we give up on the Germans about Pearl Harbor?
We did not.
Let him go. He's rolling. I'm sorry. Go ahead, BC.
Anyways, I did an album. We're sticking with Kiss. It's an album with the band that was influenced by Kiss, and when they first came out, kind of had a makeup look to them. Pretty Boy Floyd with the Kiss of Death, the album's called, and they do like
Yes.
15 covers of older Kiss tunes, not 90s. But I think it's just fun. I mean,
It's good.
it's not the greatest versions I've heard of, but
Some of the songs are brutal on there.
a few of them are,
fun.
but it's fun. Overall, it's a
couple
fun album. to
skippers,
listen to.
but yeah.
A few skippers, like 3 maybe. Other than that, fun
And,
album.
and that's the thing. I'm a Kiss fan for the fun.
Right.
I want to talk to Gina Paul. Make Kiss fun again.
Well, they're
Do something.
They're old.
I know, but like, be fun. Put shit out. God damn it.
Be a fun old guy.
Open the vault. All right, so my hidden gem, Hot in the Shade, as you guys know, is one of my favorite Kiss albums. However, I'm not a huge fan of the song Little Caesar. I think it could have been much better.
That's probably one of the best ones on there. That's
Anyway.
a great song. That's an Eric Carr
I am
song.
going to throw out a really cool version of this song. It's Little Caesar, sung by Ron Young from Little Caesar,
Oh, cool.
and John Regan plays bass on it, and it's on the World with Heroes tribute Kiss tribute album that came out in 2013
Oh, I never heard
that Mitch LaFon put out. He got all the check it out, World with Heroes. It's fucking fantastic. It's on Apple Music. It's on I think it's on Amazon Music too. It's probably on Spotify. There's probably 20 songs on there.
It's a lot of
There's a version of Sure Know Something on there that's like a, I don't know, like an easy listening kind of jazz kind. It's fucking cool as fuck.
I remember
There's
them
some
talking
really
about
cool
that.
versions on there, and there's a ton of cool guys on there, like a lot of 80s rockers, like Bill Leverty plays a song on there. Mark Slaughter sings a song on there. Mark Tarlanello from Accept does your favorite song, Spit, on there. It's really cool. So actually, my gem is going to be that album, World with Heroes. But check out Little Caesar on there. It's really cool. Go ahead, Dylan.
I was going to ask, did they record it at a Little Caesars?
Probably not.
They might have ordered
that
Little
would've been-
Caesars,
Album.
That would have been
takeout.
the ultimate version of
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, so our hidden gems are I have World with Heroes, Little Caesar with Ron Young and John Regan. BC's got the Pretty Boy Floyd Kiss of Death album. Dylan's got Aerosmith tribute album, not the same old song and dance with the song Draw the Line with Jeff Keith from Tesla doing it. Scott's got Journey of 1,000 Years from Psycho Circus. Scott, I'm sad for you, buddy. No, I'm only kidding. And Rob's got Reggae Kiss.
Reggae Kiss.
Reggae
Check
Kiss.
it out. You guys you'll get a good laugh out of it.
Check it
You
out, Mom.
would.
Check it out. Fire up a
It's
burner
on Spotify,
and
it's on all
jump in
those
your
things,
hot
yeah.
tub and
Yeah, no,
get
it's
naked
awesome.
and enjoy some
Smoke your
Reggae
ganja.
Kiss.
Reggae Kiss.
Yeah, maybe we'll play it. We'll put it on a loop in the cabin in the Kiss Cruise.
We should. We
Yes,
totally
Mom.
should.
But if you fire one up in there, you're gonna be fucking swimming the
they'll
fuck
throw
home.
me off the boat.
Yeah, you'll be fucking done.
If you throw it
Yeah.
at them.
So there's our hidden gems. Check them out. Always fun doing them. Regardless of what ball busting we have, it's always fun. And definitely check them out because I definitely got to check out that Reggae Kiss. I got to check out that Journey of 1,000 Years song. Maybe it's all right. I don't know. Maybe it's all right. But let's get back into. So now, hey, they shocked the people.
Shock the
The
people.
people are shocked. Yep. Then they do the press conference on the USS Intrepid.
Yep.
And New York City and New York Harbor, whatever that's called there. They announced their worldwide live tour. They put out the video. Remember the Second Coming video that they put out? They kind of, I think they started the video at MTV Unplugged, and then they went through the process of getting Ace and Peter back in. It shows them, I want to say, at Gene's house, getting the costumes back together. They came back out with the Alive 2 costumes, which is fucking cool as shit. I mean, everybody looked mean and lean. Ace had to relearn how to play the songs properly because, I mean, you're playing these songs with your own band. You're gonna mix it up and play different versions at different tempos and everything. So we had current spaceman Tommy Thayer teaching Ace to play the songs again and teaching Peter how to play the drums again.
Yeah.
The songs again. Which, hey, could you think of a cooler job than that? That'd be fucking awesome.
Right.
I mean, people bust on Tommy Thayer, being the replace man. But if Kiss offered you that, how could anyone say no to that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Anybody would dive on that.
If he wasn't there and Eric wasn't there, someone else would be there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of what you think, if they should have their own makeup or whatever, I could kind of see both sides of the story.
Yeah.
It would have been cool because I think it would have been really cool merchandising. I would buy all new KISS shit with like 2 new characters.
Yeah.
And then Paul, makes fun of it. Oh, well, we're gonna have like Goat Man and blah blah, like whatever. Like, see, he's not fun anymore. He's just fucking not fun. Like Goat Boy, or he makes all these kind of stupid things, but
he's looking at
I know
the other people. He's not looking at the diehards. He's looking at all the other people that he wants to come to the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
There's
I
a
don't
big
care about
world
them
out
people.
there.
I care
oh,
about
I know.
people.
I know. I agree with you. Because us as KISS diehard KISS fans, we would take Goat Man. You know what I mean?
You'd have your goatee and you'd have a goatee. You'd be like Dimebag with fucking KISS makeup on.
But the other, millions of fans or casual fans.
See,
would be
and that's
different.
the thing. Like, I wish that they would cater to the diehards once in a while.
They do.
The Krews.
The Krews. But they don't.
But they
They don't.
But they do now, right? Give the people what they want. They brought the indoor show back on now because people were so pissed. KISS Krew's 9, they weren't going to do an indoor show. They were going to do it on the outside. So many people bitched that now they're doing an indoor show again. So sometimes they listen.
I think that was changed for safety reasons, personally. I think that was changed for safety reasons.
Yeah, it could be. But they were sticking to their guns until it got canceled.
But they weren't for the diehard fans. When you and I looked at each other like, what the fuck? When they did the indoor show and they're playing the same fucking boring ass set list they've been playing for 20 years on the KISS Krews.
Oh, on 8. Yeah, 8.
You know what I mean? Like
but 7 was fantastic.
It was. Like, we finally got to see an indoor KISS show together, like on the cruise, and it was the same. We were the guinea pigs for the end of the road tour. And we're like, at like every song's getting done, we're kind of looking at each other. Okay, this is going to be a deep track.
And it was the same costumes.
And it was like, okay, all right,
the same costumes.
Love God.
Shout it out loud. Shout it out loud. Fuck.
Right?
All right.
I don't know.
All right, what's next? Give me a song here. All right, Love Gun. Oh, fuck. Like, it was like, I mean, I could see the disappointment in Rob's face when we were watching that show, and I'm sure he could fucking see it in mine. Yeah. Like, just like cater to the diehards for a fucking change.
Right.
You know, it's the KISS Krews. You know,
6 and 7 were awesome. 8 was just okay.
8 was okay.
And then they took the picture away, and that pissed us off. So
yes, you're getting less and paying more. All right. So all right, let's
change
get
the subject.
Let's get back to the
angry.
A worldwide live tour. Our buddy Chris, that is not here tonight, he was at Tiger Stadium.
Wow.
For the very first show.
Right. That's awesome.
I really wish he was here because he has some cool stories. Like, they walked like 5 miles through fucking Detroit.
Wow.
To get to the show.
Really?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. And like, I guess there were a couple moments there, like, like a little sketchy shit going on. Yeah. So I mean, and it's probably, I think it's probably 12 or 13 hour drive from here.
Yeah.
So they did the road trip thing.
That was 40,000 seats in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how fast the tickets sold out.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
And they played one like half warm up show. They played that on June 15th, but then they did the Detroit show on June 28th.
The Weenie Roast.
The Weenie Roast, the K-Rock Weenie Roast they played. But I mean, I was excited. I mean, BC and I, we got tickets. We went on one of Rock 107's bus trips. I don't know. There were 3 shows they played in Philadelphia. They played October 9th, 11th, and 12th. I think we were at the second show, BC.
Yeah,
I think we went to the second show.
Because I went to the 9th, you went to the 10th.
To the 11th. The 11th.
Oh, the 11th.
Yeah, the 11th. So Rob was there at the first night.
Yeah, I was the 9th.
And then, what show did you go to there, Scott?
Okay, I went to 3 that tour, but I went to the 4th night at Madison Square Garden, so I did see them.
Oh, you didn't go to Philly at all?
I did not go to Philly at all, because I was away at a conference at work.
Okay.
But I saw 4th night at Madison Square Garden. I saw them in State College on the second leg. They played Penn State College on the second leg. But then I also saw them on the tour. What was the other the date? I think it was
Meadowlands?
Meadowlands. I think it was Meadowlands.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was the Long Island. I saw them in Long Island. It was Nassau Coliseum.
Nassau Coliseum. Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, like, BC and I, we started partying like 10 o'clock that morning. I mean, we We partied hard all fucking day.
Pretty hard all day.
And
Somehow I got to the bus.
we made the bus on time.
I remember about that too because it was. I mean, Madison Square Garden was completely sold out. I mean, they sold out 4 nights there.
Yeah.
And I remember walking the streets and just the aura was like, they're back. Everybody they got their respect back. I think from like all the shit we took as fans for years.
Right. Now people that were busting your ass are going to see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vindication, that's called. Rob, give us a set list here. Give us a typical set list.
All right, typical set list is they did Deuce, King of the Nighttime World, Do You Love Me, Calling Dr. Love, Cold Gin, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, which is awesome live.
That is fantastic
That is
live.
so good live. Shout It Out Loud, Watching You, Firehouse, Shock Me, Ace Frehley guitar solo, Strutter, Rock Bottom, Gene Simmons bass solo, God of Thunder, Peter Criss drum solo, New York Groove, Love Gun, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond, Detroit Rock City, Rock and Roll All Night.
Yep.
And that night Beth was dropped because they were running late, but
Thank God.
they did throw Beth in here and there.
Yeah, that was the night. What happened was I was there. That was the Madison Square Garden show.
Yeah.
The tape got eaten or something.
One of those deals.
They brought
Milli Vanilli will not be performing tonight.
I remember it was so funny. They put the stool
Peter was
out.
probably pissed.
They put the stool out, where he comes out and sings, and then all of a sudden you're like, and Paul Stanley comes like, just give me a guitar, and the tape.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you see the footage the one time where they were under the stage and Peter it got all messed up and he was freaking out?
Maybe that was the show.
It might have been. I don't know. I remember there's some footage on YouTube where it shows him pissed because something happened with the song and he didn't. It might have been that one. I think it was.
That's cool. And actually, if you look at the set list, besides Do You Love Me and New York Groove, you have Kiss Alive and Alive 2.
Right. Yeah.
That's what you have right there. You don't have anything from past Love Gun on there.
Yeah, no Dynasty.
When they went, later when they did that, we'll talk about Psycho Circus. They did some Psycho Circus songs, and then they threw I Was Made for Loving You in there. But essentially, you have Kiss Alive and Alive 2 that you're going to see them perform in the Alive 2
costumes, which was great.
Yeah.
That was, that's always been one of my, favorite, costumes and eras like that Alive 2 thing. But they played them more true to the songs. Because, when they, listen to Kiss Alive 2, they play them songs at fucking light speed.
Oh, fast. Real fast.
I love God of Thunder on there. They just rip. But, now they're more skilled, which I'm sure because of not to, be rude, but because of the skills.
Right.
Gene and Paul, they've been playing them songs all along. But they also said that Gene and Paul needed to relearn the songs.
To slow it down.
To slow it down.
Because they got faster.
Right. They played with Eric Carr and Eric Singer for the last 15 years. And, they got to relearn how to play. Because put on, and actually we skipped Alive 3, which I'll talk about real quick here.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to Kiss Alive 3, Detroit Rock City, and then listen to Detroit Rock City on that Millennium show.
Right.
Light years difference.
Yeah.
In
Alive 3, I love Alive 3.
Alive 3 is fantastic.
It's awesome.
The only thing lacking on Alive 3 is, two things. It should have been a double album.
Yes.
And there's no goddamn War Machine on there.
Right.
Or Tears Are Falling. How's
Yeah. There's some massive omissions on that. Let's go back real quick and talk about Alive 3 because I
love that.
I think it bears some.
Eric Singer's drumming is fantastic on that. Fantastic. Because he's got that, his double bass all the time.
And you
he's
get that
throwing the fills.
is
the
bass. The
changes
is
the songs.
the bass drums too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Kiss Alive 3, Sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to skip Kiss Alive 3. Creatures of the Night, Deuce, I Just Wanna, Unholy, Heaven's on Fire, Watching You, Domino, I Was Made for Loving You, I Still Love You, Rock and Roll Night, in the middle of the set, which is awesome. I think they should open up with that. Just get out of the way in the beginning. Lick It Up, Forever, Take It Off, I Love It Loud, Detroit Rock City, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, Star Spangled Banner. And the Take It Off is not on the album version. It's on the streaming version. But you have a good mix there. You have a good mix of,
Old and
old
new.
KISS and new KISS,
Right.
and you have, and like I said, Bruce still keeps the spirit of those songs,
Yeah.
and makes them his own, but doesn't stray like too crazily from the old stuff. So, BC Alive 3. Actually, Dylan, how about you, Alive 3? I know you're a fan of this album.
Yeah, Live 3 is great. I think Eric Singer's drumming is, like you guys said, really fantastic on it. And again, Bruce, and I think you said earlier that Bruce does the solos. He keeps true to the feel of them, but he doesn't do them note for note. And you can really see that on this album, especially with like Deuce. It has the same feel as the original solo in Deuce, but it has that Bruce Kulick spin to it that's really great. I like how it starts with the altering, Paul Gene singing, and then they just then it's like Gene, Paul, and then there's like Paul.
Shocking.
But yeah, I feel like they were firing on all cylinders. Although I think I Was Made for Loving You was recorded at like a sound check, right?
I believe so. But it was a song that they played regularly in the set, though,
But, like,
which is way amped up on that album. It's fucking fantastic.
I didn't know that was recorded different.
And I don't know, but it sounds like Heaven's on Fire. That was like they just played the studio recording of the opening. Whoa, 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 because it sounds too similar. And I don't trust Paul nowadays. Although
but that was back in the day too.
He sounded fucking stellar. Like this version of Detroit
That
Rock
was
City.
20 years ago.
He's belting Detroit Rock City in this, like the no time to turn.
Yeah.
He's shooting for the
but
fences.
back then, Paul was.
He still had it.
He was on
then.
the money
Paul
back
still
then.
had it back then. Yeah.
He was on the money back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no hump going on there. Scott, Alive 3.
I do like it. I do think I agree with you, Steve. Should have been a double album. Live 1's a double album. Live 2 is a double album. Live 3's got to be a double album. You got to include Tears Are Falling. You got to include War Machine. I agree with you, but I mean, for the songs that are on there, great versions. I mean, Energy, Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick. I agree with all of that. Yeah, I mean, good times. Good times. I mean, it actually did well, I think, on the Billboard chart or whatever. But, yeah, no complaints. I thought it was good. And it ushered a lot of new people into KISS. I think that's the thing too.
Yeah, the newer fans got into that.
Yeah.
And I think Alive 3, I've been listening to that more than Alive and Alive 2, probably because I've been listening to those for so many years. And like Eric Singer's drumming is refreshing.
I just say they're fresh.
Yeah, it gives a whole new sound to those songs, and you want to listen to them with a little different beat. Even though like Alive 2 is a little bit different, like Calling Dr. Love, like Gene got into his
More growly
voice. So I mean that's different too, but Alive 3 is more refreshing, faster drum wise, like better sounding drum wise. So that's usually when I go to a live KISS album, I usually go to Alive 3. I really do. I enjoy that.
Musically, I think that lineup was the best.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
If anybody could come in after Eric Carr,
Yep.
Eric Singer's definitely the guy. He might not have been as heavy,
as loud,
polished, but he has
right
technique, I would say. I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Which gave some fresh air to these songs.
Yep.
Which to me, that lineup musically was the best.
Let me throw this
I
out
agree.
there. Our buddies Tom and Zeus on Shout Out Loudcast, they were talking. I want to say probably a couple weeks ago, and they had Joey Quesada, the awesome guy that we had on our episode here, drummer from ZO2, and they were talking about present day KISS and drummers, and Joey brought up a point, and I was like, holy fuck, you are correct. Does it not seem like, and he's friends with Eric, and he said this. He said, he's probably gonna be mad at me, but it really seems like Eric Singer right now is just going through the fucking motions.
Yes.
He seems bored
Yes.
playing these songs.
Yeah.
You watch him now; he looks bored out of his mind.
Yeah, he has to slow down. They're making him slow down.
I know, like Alive 3, man, he was fucking like a monster and double bass on this, double bass on that. Right. But now he really looks and has a bored feel to him
Because
playing
they're
drums.
just doing the song.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah.
I think right now for all of them, it's a job.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a job.
Right.
This is our job. Hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes a night. This is our job. We're gonna go do our job. But and it's that fun factor again.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eric Singer, like remember him on Revenge, man? It was like fucking he was
killer.
fucking going crazy. It was fucking awesome. And and I got he went back and forth with Alice Cooper at that time too, and I got to see him drum for Alice Cooper. Killed it. Fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But now, like even if you watch the Rock the Nation DVD, he's having fun then because it's not quite as regimented then as it is now. And they were mixing up the set list then too.
Yeah.
They were playing like Lover All I Can and doing different songs and mixing up, doing say like 2 nights a week, say we're going to do these 2 songs instead of these 2 songs. Like they would mix it up a little bit. Now it's just so regimented, and I think it's just a job for them now. But like that fun factor, that let's go is gone. But Alive 3 is fantastic. Alive 3, you have that.
Yeah.
Extra.
Let's do this kind of feel to it.
Very refreshing.
Yeah. But now, and we'll go back to the Worldwide Live now. We were so excited to we're going to see KISS. I finally, I've been a fan since 1976. I finally get to see them with makeup, and holy shit, it's going to be the Live 2 costumes, 4 guys.
Yeah.
And we had a fantastic. Like I said, we started partying early in the day. I don't think I could do that at this age. I really don't think I would have fucking made it that long.
We could, but
recovery time's a lot longer.
Recovery time is a little bit longer.
But I'll tell you what, we had a great time. I won't say about the Peter Criss drum solo. I'm gonna keep this positive.
That was funny though.
It was. I know
it was not, but it was.
It was, and it was. We were really rude. I'll just say that we were really rude during the Peter Criss drum solo. That's all. I'm gonna leave that right there. But we had great seats.
But we did not do that on purpose.
No, we didn't.
In our defense,
we didn't.
We did not do that on purpose.
But we had great seats. We were right across the arena, probably stage level with the band. We saw them at I think it was the Core State Center then. Either that or the Spectrum. I think it was still the Core State Center, right?
States back then, which is now Wachovia, but
right. Yeah. But just a great show. We had a freaking fantastic. Seeing them play, the original 4 guys play these songs that you have ingrained into your DNA. Like when you sing Detroit Rock City, you sing Detroit Rock City from KISS Alive 2. When you sing Firehouse, you sing Firehouse from KISS Alive. When you sing Watching You sing Watching You from KISS Alive 2, or KISS Alive. Black Diamond, boom, KISS Alive. These songs are in your fucking DNA, and we're finally getting to see them right in front of us. Original guys play these songs. The only bad thing about that was I didn't get to see it, Rob. We did not see it together.
What's that? Oh, no.
The reunion tour.
Different days. Days.
We left there like, holy fuck, that was fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic seeing those songs played live. What about you, BC?
Like you said, 4 original guys. The big thing to me was KISS with the 4 original guys again.
Right, the original piece, yeah.
The makeup, the 4 original guys, they took you back to being a kid.
Yeah.
That you missed out when you were that age from going to see them.
I know.
For me, at least. I mean, but it all was an awesome time, fun day.
When the curtain dropped in Madison Square Garden and Deuce, they ripped into Deuce. I mean, the place went freaking crazy, and I honestly was emotional because I'm like, I waited so many years to see these guys.
I get emotional at concerts once in a while.
Yeah,
I really
was. I was just like, I can't believe I'm witnessing this. I waited my whole life to see this show, and it just hit you like a ton of bricks, and it was great. It was just everything that I hoped for.
I'll tell you what, I got when we went to see KISS on the end of the first end of the road tour show that we saw in Philly.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah.
I was
Me, you, Scott was there. We were all here. Actually, all of us at this table were at that show.
Yeah,
Oh, you weren't there?
I was not there.
Oh, you weren't there?
Wait, which one?
The one that was on your mom's birthday. You were there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were there.
I was.
It was
there.
my wife's birthday. It was all
right.
of us.
That's right.
Yeah. And we went on the bus together. We all partied. I literally when those lights went down. I fucking teared up. I was like, I was overwhelmed with just joy.
Yeah.
When those lights go down and you hear that,
You get the hum.
and you're like, oh my god.
All right, insert
You get
city.
your heart starts pumping.
Get that feeling.
You get that
You
feeling.
still get that feeling.
And then when they say, "All right, Philadelphia," and you're just like, "Oh my god!" and the lights
us.
start. It just freaks you out. It just takes you back, and it just
It does.
It's a feeling you cannot.
Yeah.
You're
And that
10-year-old
reunion
kid
tour
again.
was
Yeah.
like amplified 20 times because I never thought I would get to see that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you just never thought that you would be there seeing your 4 original guys
Right.
that you know, I walked through a snowstorm to get Kiss Alive 2 for fucking Christmas the one year.
Right.
Down to my aunt's house.
Yeah.
And like all that shit just comes
My first
rushing
record.
back.
That's my first record. I mean, right there. You know, I mean, you open the gatefold of that album.
There'll never be a better
Yeah.
gatefold
Yeah,
album than
yeah.
that. There'll never be. You'll never open up a gatefold album and see anything better than the inside of Kiss Alive 2. Never.
When I went and saw Ace Frehley come on, it just because I saw Ace a bunch of times.
Oh, we've
you
seen
know,
him a shitload of times
a
solo.
bunch of times solo. But for him to be back in the makeup, back, you know, the Love Gun Alive 2 costumes, I was just blown away. I was like, oh my God. And then I glance at Peter every once in a while, just to, hey, yeah, Peter's there too. But I was like,
You're watching
oh
your
my
guy.
God, this is like,
happening.
this is happening in my lifetime. It's amazing. I was so, like, I never thought I would ever see it, ever. Since the first time we saw Ace Frehley at the West Side Theater back in
85.
There's the copy.
85. He didn't even, I mean, the first album wasn't even out yet.
No.
It was, nothing was happening. It was way back.
87 Frehley's Comic came out, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And we were like, and
2 years before
he
that.
had a keyboard player back then. And we're like,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? It's Frehley's Comet? What is this all about? So we thought, like, we'll never see Ace in makeup again. It's never going to happen. And then when they got back together and they were all on the stage together, it just freaking blew me away.
And the thing is, they were getting along back then. When they first got back together,
Right.
all 4 of them were getting along.
Peter
They were
was
all living in
happy,
that
Ace
big
was
Kiss house
happy.
once again.
Right.
Yep.
And you could tell.
Oh,
They were having
absolutely.
fun. They were giving each other high fives on stage.
Right.
You know.
Like they would literally, you'd see
Yeah.
one of them playing, they look over and they would smile.
But the
They
tour went a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then it
Then
started
all
getting crazy.
The old shit starts creeping back in.
They were on the cover of Forbes magazine. They were like the
They did
highest
They did
paid-
the individual covers of Spin magazine.
Yes.
They were the highest paid band in
Tour of the year.
Tour of the year. They were
Yeah.
killing it.
They were
killing
they
it.
were riding higher than they ever were, even at the
I
height
agree.
of their
Ever. Yeah.
their height
78,
in the
79,
70s.
yeah.
They were way above that at this point.
Millions was coming in.
And so, like, where the fuck were all these people all these years?
Yeah.
I mean, there's us guys that were
Right.
there, thick and thin, but that shows you even then how many just casual
Casual listeners.
fans there are.
Nostalgic act. I'm going to jump on the nostalgic.
Right.
Oh, you know, hey, let's go see them. Let's go see the Stones. They've been around
Hey,
forever.
I didn't get to see them back then. Let's
Yeah,
go
let's
check
go
them out
see
now.
the Eagles. They've been around
Even
forever.
then, that was a thing.
Right.
Because, I mean, you know,
It's still a
they're
thing.
not selling out 4 nights in Madison Square Garden now.
No.
No.
They're not even selling out 1 night there. I think they said they did, but I guess there's, I don't know whether they did or not. But it's not 4 nights. It's not even 2 nights.
Right.
But I mean, and it was they were fun. They were enjoying each other's company, and like you said, but like too much togetherness is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Whether it be a band, a marriage, anything.
Well,
you
yeah.
can't be together 24/7.
Well,
You
but then
can't.
bad habits started
right,
rekindling
like
as well.
You know, and then the egos start to creep up again.
yeah.
Like
It totally repeated itself. I
It
mean,
did.
then they make another shitty movie.
because things
you
started
know, I mean,
coming
Detroit
back
Rock
in.
City. I mean, they did Meets the Phantom. Now they do Detroit Rock City.
That
and
was a
it's
good movie.
You liked it?
I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it was good.
fun.
It was
It
cute.
was fun.
It was a cute movie.
Detroit Rock City was the very first R-rated movie I ever saw.
And then he ratted me out,
And
the
then
bastard. I can't lie to you. You watch Detroit Rock City.
but it was almost like they repeated the same mistakes, like you said. Perfect example.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
But
Life's a circle.
But was it history or was it Peter and Ace repeated themselves? I mean, be honest.
Peter and Ace.
Peter and Ace went through the same.
But you know
bullshit.
what? The egos of the other two play into that too.
True. But Peter started getting back into drugs. Ace started getting back into alcohol. Things started getting bad, and then when Peter found out that Ace was making more money than him, the shit hit
By
the fan.
tens of thousands of dollars a show.
Then shit hit the fan. And I can't blame him for being pissed off, but you know what?
You got people looking out for you. Apparently, they're not looking out for you that good.
Exactly. And then they had the same lawyer,
I know.
too.
But you're confidential with your clients.
Yeah. Hey,
You know what? I want this much. How much is Ace making? Well, I can't tell you
I
that.
can't tell you that. It's confidential.
Yeah. So,
But what are you gonna do?
shame on them for getting the same fucking lawyer.
I know.
Whoever had him first, I
Right.
don't know.
Stupid on their part.
But I'm assuming Ace probably had him first.
I would think so. Yeah.
So
Because Ace
because
was into
Peter's probably like, and he's like, well, you hey Carly, use my guy.
Yeah. And then Peter started putting the teardrop in it.
Oh, that was
I'm
just
so
so
sad.
stupid. Well,
And
that's down the road though.
Well, it is. Oh, yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. You're right. Sorry.
So
Let's back up.
And just like Kiss, we skipped the Carnival of Souls thing.
True.
Now I have to say, I attempted to listen to that album the other day. I got to the second song and I had to shut it the fuck off. I fucking hate that. It's.
You have to listen to it.
I tried.
I like it
I
too.
think it's a mood thing.
It's you know what
I
it
mustn't
is?
have been in the mood for it because I'm
It's-
like, fuck.
I think at first, when it first came out,
It's the elder in later years. It is.
After
I'll
you,
take
you
the
had
Elder
Revenge.
over
No.
Carnival of Souls any day.
I'm telling you.
But
2
right
more
after
years
Revenge-
from now, you're going to be like, well, you know what? It is kind of like the
It
later
is.
elder.
like
You got to give it. You got it's because you know everybody hated the elder when it first came out. You probably still hate it, but now it
depends on
kind
the
of grows on you.
It's-
That's the same way. It's the more I listen to it, the more it kind of grows on me. Look at the set list. Somebody bring up the set list. Or the song list from Carnival of Souls.
Yeah, I will say this. I enjoy.
There's a couple
I liked
snoozers
it.
on there.
I get it, but
No,
but you know what? It was to your point. I mean, now listen to musicianship on that album and the lyrics. It's not about fucking chicks. It's it's like
Right.
it's serious shit.
That's what I go to. I don't go to Kiss for this
that's
shit.
okay.
I know,
okay.
but
You know, I like it.
they were influenced by what was going on around them because they wanted
Yeah.
to stay current, which they did in the past. So they were going back down that path. Alice in Chains, the Soundgarden, they were getting on that.
The biggest thing for me when I
that's-
first heard it was the difference from Revenge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, ooh,
total difference.
Total different.
Yeah,
At first, I
I-
was kind of like, eh.
But they didn't release it till later.
Later.
So
But the only reason that was released because it was out bootleg.
Yes, it
Right.
was.
So
I had the
much.
bootleg.
They wanted
Right.
to make some money from it.
So when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible." Now I let's do it. Oh, okay. At the time, it was okay. But you're absolutely right. From Revenge to that, where are you going? They should have stayed on the Revenge course.
Yeah.
But they didn't know if Revenge was going to sell. They didn't know what they were doing. They were like in limbo there.
And let's think about this. If they had released that when they recorded it, they were doing ballrooms. They were hurting financially. Like, let's face this, right? They were doing convention tours and ballrooms. They weren't selling out tours.
Right.
If
When
they-
they were doing this, you're right.
Yeah,
They were
so-
doing the KISS conventions
Right.
and Unplugged. They weren't doing anything like that. They didn't get to the reunion yet.
Right. But I think that's what
Yeah.
get back together.
And another on the set on the song list on there. In my head, Mark St. John is a co-writer on that. Which is
know that.
crazy. How about that?
I did not
He
know
comes back
That's
into the
not
picture.
what I go to Kiss for.
No, I know. So, but if just revisit it once in a while and just
throw it on.
see what it is.
It's their
definitely
curveball.
not Kiss.
It's their curveball.
It's their elder from the
I
late
agree.
'90s
I
or
agree.
mid '90s.
Well, you don't like
What was that? 95, 96,
97.
They released
97?
it in '97.
Released
But
in
I think
97.
Yeah.
they recorded it earlier. Yeah.
It was, it
It was right after Revenge. They recorded it,
How
but
can you not
they
like
they didn't know what to do. Music was changing again, and they just tried because when they did the Elder, music was changing, and they were like, okay, what do? We got to get away from Unmasked. We got to just go a different way. Oh, let's go like Pink Floyd The Wall way, and let's do a concept album. Well, they knew that was wrong. Carnival Soul was wrong, but it's still, you got to listen to it. You got to give it just a little bit, just to.
He's not buying it. He's not buying it.
I will take the Elder a million times over.
Because you heard the Elder a million times more than you heard Carnival Soul.
Yes.
Just give it a little bit more.
I know, but
there's
I
some
can
snoozers
tolerate the Elder more than I can tolerate Carnival of Souls because I don't like. I go to my music to put myself in a happy place. I don't go to music to put myself in
It's depressing.
in a place like that.
Yeah.
The Bruce song on there, I
Great,
Walk
I Walk
Alone.
Alone.
That's
like
a
it.
great. That's one of the best songs on that whole album.
It's a good tune.
It's a great
I
song.
like
I
it.
Walk Alone.
I like it.
That's a great song.
Childhood's End. I like.
It's a Childhood's End's a
I
great.
like
that.
It's like
Childhood's End's a good
Beatlesque, but it's a great song. There's a couple skippers on there.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you
There's
what.
11 of them.
Yeah, no. I Walk Alone is a great song.
I agree. Yeah.
Shout out to Bruce for that song.
and I kicked
Him
it.
and Gene wrote that song. It's a great song.
And he sings it. It's the only vocal he ever
it's a
did.
Great
Only
song.
vocal he ever did.
Yeah.
Everything in there.
There's-
The backwards solo.
For me, there's eight
freaking awesome.
skippers out of 11 songs on here.
8.
Well, I'd say maybe 4 skippers.
8.
But I didn't want to talk about the 90s without talking about Carnival
We had
shit.
to go. We had to talk about that.
Souls.
Well, everybody has opinions. You know that.
I agree with that. I can't get into it. I
Right.
never could. I mean, Jungle's fantastic. You ever
Right.
hear Jungle on
Jungle's
the
freaking awesome.
on the what's the band with Bruce and John Corabi?
Union.
Union. You ever hear them Jungle live on that?
Not
Oh my
not
god!
from Union.
It's
no.
like
it out.
they do an extended
I've
solo.
heard it
in
on the KISS
Fucking
Krews, but not
fantastic.
really.
Oh my god!
I like Jungle. I do.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
a great
fantastic.
song. Rain's a great song too.
Right.
Rain is terrible.
I like Master and Slave too.
Master
though.
and Slave.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Master and Slave is
It's a
good.
great
Hate
song.
is good.
In my
Jungle
head.
is good. Rain is terrible.
Seduction and Innocence pretty good. I
That's a
think.
great
I
song
think
so.
too. I Walk Alone. You don't
Walk
like
Alone.
that? Shout out to Bruce.
Bruce,
That's a
baby.
fucking excellent
I want
song.
someone else to sing that song.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Bruce.
oh my
I
god.
want
I
someone
do
else
like
to
it.
sing
I
that song.
think it's his probably one of
Dylan,
his
you're
best
gonna have to
moments.
edit that out because that I'm just.
I know. I'm anti a lot of shit, but
butthurt from that one.
Carnival of Souls is not what I go to KISS for.
Right.
No.
It's not
I
a
don't.
Kiss.
Well, actually,
But when you're tired of Kiss, it's good to
no,
hear that
in
one.
my defense, I don't go to any band for that kind of music. I don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not listening to stuff that makes me depressed or what. I go to music for enjoyment. I don't go to it to, and that's my
So you
argument.
hate
with-
Nirvana. You hate Nirvana.
No, I like some of the songs.
That's the same.
How about Alice in Chains? Because there's an.
But listen to
The
some of
one
the Nirvana
Alice in Chains
songs.
song,
Listen
it's
to the
exactly like
but
one of
listen
the
to
Carnival Souls.
the
It
music is
sounds
more the songs that are like In Bloom, songs like that. They're more up tempo. Like I couldn't even tell
I
you what the
agree,
lyrics
I
are.
agree,
I couldn't
I
even tell
agree.
you what the lyrics are. But
I
I
agree.
go for the music. I'm not a huge lyric guy, but I go for the vibe of the music, and the vibe of the music on Carnival of Souls. For the most part, I like maybe 4 songs on that.
Okay.
But I don't go to KISS for that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's
Because you don't listen to Soundgarden or Alice in Chains or
The
nobody
hits,
like that,
the hits,
right?
the ones that are popular. Like we just did Pearl Jam 10. First 6 songs in that are fucking fantastic. After that, it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, Pearl Jam is a little bit different than, well, they don't sound like Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
I like a lot of Alice in Chains stuff.
No,
They're
no,
more hard rock than like grunge. I think.
Facelift, I think, is totally
Facelift is
hard
tough.
rock. That's not
Absolutely. Scary.
All right, moving on.
All right, let's move on. All right, Worldwide Live gets over. Hey, let's do an album with all 4 original guys. That is a fucking fantastic idea. Let's go in the studio.
Air quotes.
We'll put out a KISS album. We'll put here's our new album. All 4 guys. We're back together. We're recording. We're still living in the big KISS mansion. Let's write some songs together. Record them. We'll put them out there, and all 4 of them playing one song.
Yes. But what's
And-
your overall feelings about the album?
I like about half of it.
I like the album.
I like the album.
I
too.
like about half of it.
I like.
I'm a-
Maybe a little more than half.
What's her?
Psycho Circus, I think, is fantastic.
Love it.
Within is great. I love Within.
Love.
I think that's
Best
fucking-
song on the
I
album.
think that's excellent.
Best song on the album.
Into the Void is really good.
And wait,
Um,
Into the Void, Bruce Kulick Co-writer. Sorry.
yeah?
Yep. Little, so just so you know.
Coolness.
All right.
I like it. I like it.
Or no, not Bruce Kulick. Sorry, my bad. That was dreaming. Carl Cochran, Ace Frehley.
Dreaming, you mean I'm 18?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But no, Into the Void.
that's-
Carl Cochran, Ace Frehley. He gets a co-write credit on that one.
I still need to get that album from you, by the way.
I'm over it.
Carl Cochran. Yeah.
That CD.
It's a good CD.
Let me see the songs on here.
I think it suffers from being forgettable for the most part.
But I gotta say,
Ooh.
I Pledge Allegiance to the State of Rock and Roll is one of my favorite Kiss songs.
Really, and that's
Really?
usually a skipper for me.
I love it. I don't know what it is.
It's too
I get
long
my
of a
balls,
title.
but way too long of a title. It should be like I
Yeah,
Pledge
who are
Allegiance
they?
or something.
Who are
Right.
they? Fall Out Boy?
Or the State of Rock and Roll would be cool.
Yeah.
I love that song. I get my balls busted by our text group all the time because I
Yeah.
love that song.
As well they
Into
should.
the Void is go. We Are One is so fucking stupid.
Oh no, that's about the
That
Kiss
is
Army.
that's Kumbaya
We are
on a Kiss
one.
album. It's fucking
We are
terrible.
one. You gotta
No.
embrace the Kiss Army.
Raise Your Glasses is growing on me.
That's a good
a
one.
little bit. There's just one part in that song I don't like. I finally found my way.
That's a skipper.
It's a skipper for the most part, but there's worse Kiss songs out there.
That's true.
Dreamin', Kiss does Alice Cooper, and they do because they lost the lawsuit. So,
Yeah.
Journey of a Thousand Years. Sorry, Scott.
7 out of 10.
See,
I
I
like that.
like
That's
that
good.
song.
It's a good. I don't
Listen
mind
to it again.
I don't mind it.
But
7 out of 10.
seriously, I think all the Kiss guys played on
Right.
Psycho Circus. I think that was the only song that they all played on.
Well,
And there's another.
I think it was Into the
the
Void.
best.
I like
And
that.
You got the
It's
best.
so corny and stupid,
My
but it's
son
fun.
loves that
But
song.
it's fun.
I have video of him as a little tiny kid playing an air guitar. You wanted the best. It's hysterical.
I wanna see
it's
that.
hysterical.
I wanna see that.
He's so into it. And when they do Psycho Circus, because he was brought up on that album because he was such a little
Right.
kid when that came out, that's his favorite Kiss album, because that was
Really?
all because I played it all the time when he was
Yeah.
born.
But I
And
mean,
that was like,
but that's another one.
Loves
Though.
it.
When that first came out, hey, this is the new Kiss album. I'm listening to it all the time.
oh yeah, me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know, I'm listening to it all the time. And you wanted the best. I don't hate that song.
I don't mind it at
It's
all. I don't mind it at all.
it's a little glimpse of the fun Kiss.
Yeah.
They're-
Little
they're-
Ace, little Peter.
Right, but
yeah.
they're making fun of themselves. They're
Right.
making light
Which is what
of
they were saying in the-
Whatever.
No
in the
more
press.
Even though-
wars, no more wars.
Even though it's full of shit, like you know,
Right.
the fan is the boss. That's the biggest crock of shit that they ever fucking said.
Right.
But it's like I like about half, maybe a little bit more than half. Like
7 out of
We Are
10.
One. That's when we did that episode. I think We Are One was like it was 106 songs altogether between 10 albums, and I think We Are One was like in the bottom 3.
Really?
I like
Yeah,
that song.
not good, not good.
I like it.
I think I finally found my way was above that.
Really?
Oh.
It's just Kumbaya on a Kiss album. It's so
but
contrived. It's
like
ridiculous. What do you think, Dylan? Psycho Circus.
Like I said, there are some great tracks on it. I mean, Psycho Circus and Into the Void are probably the 2 tracks that I would pick out of it. But I think for an album that is the reunion of the hottest band in the land, it's forgettable for the most part, in my opinion. It could have blown out all the doors, blown everybody's expectations wide open, shocked the people, but it was kind of a you know. Yeah, but there's some good stuff on it, and it's sad that the band couldn't even get together for just one album all together the whole time. But I mean, it is almost a callback to the later era of
Dynasty,
the 4 of them,
yeah.
where they weren't all
Unmasked,
playing
yeah.
on the same song. It was very Beatles-esque, like it's the
Right.
the White Album or Abbey Road, where everyone's like, well, I hate you, so I'm not going to play on your track. And it's like, oh, well, I don't like you, so I'm going to play your part on. It's okay. It could have been a lot better, I think.
It could have been a lot better. What do you guys think of the production on this album?
Fairbarn did it. Bruce Fairbarn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little brick walled, but but
Everyone was doing that then.
Yeah.
That was the.
but it's clean. I thought it. I mean,
I like the sound of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I
thought
just got a really good pair of Bose headphones,
okay.
and I think it sounds fantastic in there. I've only listened to, I think, Within, Into the Void, and Psycho Circus on them so far, but I thought it was good. I like this. I like the sound of the album. I really, and I always have since it came out. What do you think, BC?
When it first came out, I was like, of course you're excited because it's first original Kiss guys doing an album. But I like it. Overall, I like it. Probably about 7 out of 10 of the songs that to me are good. 3 skippers. But overall, I mean, I think that was, you're like, yeah. And then, okay.
And then when you eventually find out that
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
That
Right.
nobody played.
but there's certain things you could tell, like that's not Peter Drummond.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the backwards guitar and Within, you know it's Bruce Kulick. You could hear it. I mean, you know that's Bruce Kulick playing guitar and Within, the intro.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was a leftover from Carnival of Souls too, I guess. Within.
Yeah, I think
Was
so.
it?
Yeah.
Which was cool. So I think it was pretty cool. So now they go on tour for it. Did you do the pay-per-view?
No, but I saw them 3 times on that tour.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went.
See, I didn't. The only time I saw them was we did the pay. You came. We were up the house for that again too. We did the pay-per-view. It was the first show at Dodger Stadium. They did the pay-per-view Halloween night.
They were on Fox that night. Fox TV
Oh,
did a
yeah,
special.
yeah.
They did that special on Millennium. They aired the episode.
the Millennium
the
TV show. Yeah.
Oh, really?
They were
Yeah.
dressed up. Ace was a cop, or Peter was a cop, and
Yep. They aired an actual Kiss episode.
they had like
that's
old
cool.
man makeup
Yeah.
on and stuff.
cool.
Like, that was good. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
But they did have a pay-per-view for that. Our buddy Sonny Pooney was at that show at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, Dodger Stadium. Yeah.
And that's the one where Paul claims to have, because traffic
Tiger
was so
Stadium?
bad. No, Dodger Stadium.
Dodger.
Stadium in
Dodgers.
Los Angeles.
So there's a Dodger instead of.
Yeah. So Paul claims to have walked back to the hotel in his full Kiss makeup.
Oh, I heard that.
Halloween
Yeah.
night. That it was Halloween night and
Did you
claims
buy,
no one
did
knew
you
it was
buy
him.
that?
I think it's one of them stories.
I
think it's one of them stories.
I call bullshit.
But
Like after
I could-
a 2-hour
I
show,
maybe
You're
walking home
back.
with those
in your boots. Yeah.
yeah,
taking
bullshit.
The, yeah.
The traffic part I can believe.
They can't even stand on the cruise now in their boots for a picture, and he's gonna walk.
Well, maybe
home
that's
after
why,
the show.
because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Because he
it was
walked
years-
Years before he walked home from
He blew out his
Dodger
hip.
Stadium.
I was coming back to haunt him after all. It was that goddamn
I
Dodger
should have
Stadium
walked
show,
home.
and that was the 3D Kiss show.
Yes.
Right.
I have
so
the
you
glasses.
guys went to see the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got to see that tour. Where'd you guys see them?
I went to Philly in November.
Me too.
I saw them.
And then I saw him in Philly, and I saw him in Long Island, and I saw him in New Jersey at the Meadowlands Arena or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
the famous show where you heard about the laser pointer when
Oh,
Paul
went
went
down,
shit, yeah.
That was the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott, was that you with the laser pointer?
That was not me. That was not me.
When we're done recording, you can tell us.
Yeah.
It was a good show, I thought, but it seemed kind of like they were just
Going through the motions.
Yeah, it was going through the motions, and they were just getting it over with. I mean, it might have been because my seats were kind of shitty on that one. I was kind of towards the back, and I was like, well, I mean, 3D wise, it was a little ridiculous. Put
was
your
a
glass.
letdown,
People didn't
yeah.
know when to put the glasses on, when to take them off, put them on. You're like, what? And
That's
you-
too much to ask of your
it
fans
was-
at a
yeah,
show.
and they handed them out.
I wasn't
when
there,
you
but
were
I.
getting-
So it'd be cool to have them.
It was different.
Do you have an extra pair?
It was still cool. I still got
if I have
mine.
one,
I
I'll give it
don't
to
have
you.
an extra pair, but I still got mine. But it was a little wonky because you didn't know when to put it on. And the first song, you're like, okay, when do I put them on? And everybody's got them on. It's like nothing. And then it said, put them on now. So then you got it about the second, third song, and it was different. It was still good,
Yeah. It was
but it
still
wasn't.
good. Yeah.
So you had a beer in one hand and a pair of 3D glasses in the other.
Yeah, and then I just left them on. I was like, I don't care.
I'm drunk anyways. What the fuck is the difference?
And that's why Rob needs glasses to this very day.
Right, exactly.
And I remember the screens, like, it was pre-recorded stuff. So, like you
Right.
said, it wasn't
It was
live.
from the video,
Right. I mean,
and it was just,
yeah, it wasn't like the
Do you-
live show.
Do you think they were playing to tapes then?
No.
No.
I do not.
No.
I do
No.
not at all.
They just used the video enhanced for the 3D part of
Right.
it.
In the background.
Yeah, which
Because I
was-
remember when they they did Firehouse, and like the skeleton was crawling up the ladder.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that because we watched it at my house, the pay-per-view. It was me, BC, Gerb,
Here.
our buddy Matt Maida,
Okay. Oh yeah.
and Lugnut was there.
Wow.
You
It
remember
was
Lugnut?
There's a blast from the past.
I know.
Yeah.
Lugnut was there.
I do remember this.
I think it was $50 for the pay-per-view, like $49.95, which I didn't care. It was cool. We drank a lot of beer that night. It was
It was a
just
Saturday
like going to a
night.
Kiss
I remember
show
it was
at
a
my house.
Saturday night. Halloween was on a Saturday night, and it was actually on the radio because I remember we listened to it on the radio. They actually aired it on, all the
Oh, really?
all the rock stations. Yeah.
The night it wasn't live. The one we were. I mean, it was the 21st. The one we were at in Philly. So maybe they.
I'm talking about the Halloween show. The
Oh,
first-
oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was
yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it. I thought
it
it was
wasn't
cool. We were
bad.
watching Kiss,
They were
and
still-
that was the first and only time I've ever done anything pay-per-view ever.
Right.
I've never done anything else like any of the...
No WWE?
No WrestleMania or nothing like that.
WWF?
I've never done that. We always used to go to Chico's and watch WrestleMania. Down in Mayfield.
All right.
Nice.
But like it was cool. We had a good time that night. Dylan, you were 2,
What year was that?
You're rocking out.
98.
98,
Yeah,
3,
98.
4.
4.
3 or
Yeah.
4, depending on when it was.
So you were rocking
It was-
to
I
Psycho
was
Circus.
3 about to be 4 if it was Halloween.
You're rocking out.
I still have the tour book from that.
Oh, really? So that's cool.
Yeah.
And Psycho Circus was nominated for the best hard rock performance in 1999.
Yep.
They lost to Page and Plant.
You
So
shouldn't,
can't-
you
so
shouldn't be
can't-
looking up
so you
Grammy
can't-
stuff.
It was on the Kiss webpage because we do Grammy episodes, which we're doing one next week actually.
But they were nominated.
They were nominated. They were,
It's
so
an
now
honor
they can
just to
say,
be
"Hey,
nominated."
we're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame."
What were they nominated for again?
Best hard rock performance.
For what?
Yeah.
For what song?
Psycho
Just for Psycho
Psycho
Circus.
Circus.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was the album or the
the
song.
tour or whatever.
So when they
I say
say,
welcome to the show.
"We're in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah.
Fame," we've been nominated for a Grammy. Didn't win.
I remember.
Didn't win 'cause,
Yeah, because back then too, they didn't have the vinyl back then. So, but they had the lenticular cover. Remember, like
Yep.
the,
CDs.
which
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
I do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can flip it and it's.
And then they had something in your PC. They had like a screensaver. You put the
Oh,
disc.
yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah,
found
yeah.
the music. It was,
And
it
that was
kinda
like
cool.
That was
the internet
cool.
was just coming into its own then, 1998. It was cool. And I remember I left work. I went down I bought it at Walmart. Walmart was, they're 24 hours. Even then, I
Yep.
drove down there, picked up Psycho Circus.
Yeah.
So it was the song Psycho Circus, and do you guys want to hear the other songs that were nominated as well?
Yeah, let's go.
Marilyn Manson, The Dope Show. It's a good song.
Oh,
Metallica, Fuel,
That's
and
all right.
Pearl Jam, Do the Evolution.
That one I don't
Wow.
know. That one I don't know.
I know that one. That's one of their. Yeah.
And who won it?
Page and Plant.
Page and
Because
Plant.
it's Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. You're not going to win against
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin.
What was their?
No,
was that
no.
a song? What
yeah, it was
their
a song. Their song was Most High.
I never freaking.
I don't know what that
even
is either.
Song.
I have no idea what that
See,
is.
that's non-rememberable.
I remember they
that a word?
reunited and they did that.
It was from the studio album Walking into
'Cause-
Clarksdale.
Because according to Paul Stanley, Psycho Circus is a classic Kiss song.
I don't think... What?
I'm telling you, that's one of the songs that he tries to
Well, yeah.
ram up your ass that's a
It's-
classic Kiss song.
It's 20 years old. It's classic.
But he's putting it up there with Detroit Rock City
Well, yeah.
and fucking Kong Doctor. It's not that caliber of a
No.
Kiss song. I'm sorry, it's not.
I
When you
think
think
now
of
it is.
classic Kiss songs, you don't put fucking Psycho Circus in the top 20.
No.
You don't. If you do, you're lying.
I do now. Because it's
Really?
been so long.
You
In the
put
top
Psycho-
20 Kiss songs,
Well-
Psycho Circus is in your top 20 Kiss songs.
No, live-wise, yeah, because they play it all the time live. Yeah, they always do Psycho Circus live.
No, they do. Psycho
They
Circus.
do.
Oh, I know they play
They
live,
always
yeah.
do it. That's
I know,
why
but it
they're,
does-
they're jamming it down our throats. So yeah,
It's
now
working.
it's classic.
It's working.
It is.
Just because it's played doesn't mean it's
is crazy.
classic.
Is Crazy Nights a classic?
No.
Well, they're jamming that down our throats too.
Well, I don't think that's classic either.
It's gonna be classic.
I would consider classic.
okay.
but it depends on your age.
It's okay.
It depends on your age.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
We're old.
We're yeah.
Depends on when you got on the elevator.
If we were in our 30s, I think they would say, "Oh, Psycho Circus is a classic song."
See, I
think-
think classic is the first half of the career is considered classic. The second half is not classic. It's more modern.
But it depends when you came into the band,
There you go.
too.
A modern classic.
Yeah.
yeah, modern classic.
If you ask
I'll
my
allow
son
it.
if he says Psycho Circus is one of their regular, classic songs, he would go, yeah, they always play that one.
It's a regular song. It's not
Well,
a regular
that's-
classic
but,
song.
But a regular song to him is a classic.
I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm
Well, they've been doing
25,
the
and I don't
classic
think it's-
songs nonstop for fucking 20 years with,
Right.
with no
I
But
was,
it's-
no deviation.
But is she a classic song?
Yes.
Absolutely.
But it's
she's,
not.
She's a classic song.
Yeah. All right, move on. It depends. Maybe that was a bad example.
That was a
but
bad
it depends. Like Detroit, Shout It Out Loud. Those are your 100,000 Years. That was hit and miss. It was coming, in and out. You know what I mean? Psycho Circus. They've been playing since it came out every year, live every year.
Because Paul Stanley wants it to be a classic song.
Exactly. So he's jamming it down our throats.
Right.
This will be a classic.
So now in my mind, it's a classic because Paul Stanley told me it's a classic.
I'm sad for you.
Well, that's okay.
All right, so we'll wrap this KISS 90s conversation up. I think the 90s was a fantastic time to be a KISS fan.
Yes.
Agreed.
And even then, once they started getting into the worldwide live tour, all the KISS merchandise was just inundating everywhere.
Spencer's.
All the Spencer's shit, all the everything. It was crazy. You know what I would like to have I don't think that they did them. You know how we got the KISS Krew's hoodies? Like a KISS Worldwide Live one would have been fucking awesome to get. Like when they were doing that tour, because I have actually I just wore it yesterday, the Creatures of the Deep or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
Like I have that hoodie. Like that would be cool to have if they put that out during the Worldwide Live tour. That would
Walmart
really cool.
just came out with sweatpants
I saw
for
that.
girls that say KISS Live or KISS Worldwide Live 96, 97 or something like that for $12.88.
You have a pair, don't you?
I bought them for Carol because
Did
they're
you?
women's.
Are they?
And I go, look, I
When
got
has that
your...
ever stopped you?
They wouldn't fit me. That's funny. But I got them for her, and she's like, "Oh, awesome! I can wear them camping." And I'm like,
That's
"Okay,
cool. Yeah.
yeah." And they're really actually nice.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing out like that for that year.
No, but that would
so
be
they're,
cool.
They're kind of
Yeah,
cool, and I bought her a pair, and she was like very happy.
for sure.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah.
Got you some KISS sweatpants.
Carol made out
water.
because Carol got KISS sweatpants and Rob got us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Give your final thoughts on KISS in the 90s. Dylan,
Before we do
even though
that,
you're still in the
well, I was gonna
pack and play.
I was yeah. From last episode, we had people that submitted stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
Uh,
Okay.
so
you know
la-
what? And I apologize, whoever he's going to read, because I meant to do that.
Yeah, last episode we did the 90s songs ranked. It was a really fun episode. Had Jen Roberts Van on. Two people sent in their own lists, so I thought it'd be fun to read them out. Rob Karhukingas?
Yeah, that was a tough one. Sorry, Rob. That was a tough one to pronounce.
I'm so sorry, Rob. Not you, Rob. I never apologize for. Sorry. Comment, Rob. So the top 5 that he listed from our list was Tesla Don't D-Rock Me at number 1, Pearl Jam number 2, Alive, number 3 Aerosmith Eat the Rich, number 4 Ozzy No More Tears, and number 5 Sister Pain from Vince Neil. And what he would have submitted if he was part of the podcast: Megadeth Sweating Bullets, Mr. Biggs Green Tinted 60s Mind.
That's good.
That's a good song.
3 Anthrax Inside Out, Soundgarden Room 100 Years Wide, and then White Zombie More Human Than Human.
Oh, love that song.
And then Jeff Gauss, I'll just list the bottom 3 and then the top 5 for
Okay.
him. So his very last song was Creed 1, which was my very last song too. Number 24 was Dokken the Maddest Hatter. And then his top 5. Number 5 was Pearl Jam Alive. Number 4 was Stone Temple Pilots Sex Type Thing. Number 3 was Rage Against the Machine Bomb Track, where it should be in the top 5, baby.
Sorry, Jeff. Terrible.
Number 2, Ozzy No More Tears. And number 1, also where it should be, Suicidal Tendencies, You Can't Bring Me Down.
I like that song.
Bring me
Remember when they
down.
played that live? It went on forever. It
Yeah,
went on
we-
for like fucking 10 minutes. Like, okay,
thought
they're
it
done with the
was-
song. No, it's still going.
We thought it was a
Like,
different
Yeah,
song.
it was like good over 10 minutes. We're like,
That was their opening song too.
Yeah.
I know. The show.
Yeah, but that was a
Thank
fun
you guys.
episode.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it. And I I'm glad you brought that up, Dylan, because I meant to do that and I totally got messed up.
you. Yeah. But 90s Kiss. You know, hit or miss era, I think, for them. They had a lot happen. It was a very eventful decade for them, for sure. I feel it sucks that they had such lineup changes, because I really think that if they kept Bruce and Eric going through, like, a what if of that would have been fantastic, because honestly, I think they were at their tightest musically and gelling together the most with Bruce on guitar and either Eric on drums, in my opinion at least. Like, Ace had the iconic guitar riffs and Peter had that feel, but I don't know. I feel like they gelled the best with Bruce and the Erics, even though the songs might not be as memorable as the classic Kiss stuff. But you know, it was cool that they did the reunion of the original members, though it didn't last as long or as was as good quality as people would have liked. But it's cool to revisit that stuff for sure, especially Unplugged, which is still stellar and some of Kiss's best stuff they've ever done. So,
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Scott.
Yeah, a lot of what Dylan's saying I agree with. You know, I mean, I love that time as a fan, as a lifelong fan. Seeing the original four together was magical. I wouldn't change that for anything. But looking back, you know, musically, I mean, Unplugged was epic. I mean, they sounded amazing, and I think the progression of that would have been interesting to hear. But yeah, what a great time to be a fan. Like you said, I mean, I've seen all the tours except for the convention tours during that time. It was a great time to be a fan, and yeah, I love that era. Good times, good memories, good music, great shows, great set lists. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, for me, I think they were like, it was like the whole decade was two different bands, kind of. Like the first half were like, it was new, it was fresh. You had Eric and you had Bruce, and then you had Eric and Bruce. So it was fresh, and then when Ace and Peter came back, it was exciting. So it was a whole crazy decade, the 90s, because you had two different versions of Kiss. So it was very memorable either way. And I like both eras of them. You know, it's hard to pick your favorite, because the later half of the 90s was just nostalgic and going back and reliving your youth. So that blew you away. But in the beginning, I mean, the beginning of the 90s with Eric and Bruce, it was awesome. It was fresh music. Mm-hmm. So it was you know, uplifting and enlightening. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
we used to hide.
I agree. I mean, beginning of the 90s with Revenge, and to me that lineup musically was superb to anything else.
Fucking awesome.
Superb. And then, like, you went through that, and then when they got it back together with the acoustic stuff, I thought that was really cool. We're totally digging that, and like you said, boom, they got back there after that, did the tour. We went to see him, and I think Rob hit it best. So you might have got caught up in the nostalgic
Right.
of it,
Yeah.
because musically, Bruce and Eric
Better.
were way better.
Yeah.
They could play anything in Kiss catalog,
Yep.
in my opinion. And then as the decade went on, the ugly head showed its face again, and unfortunately went downhill. But it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it was a fantastic time to be a Kiss fan in the '90s. You had all the Kiss guys, with the exception of, and actually you had all the Kiss guys involved in the '90s, with the exception of Mark St. John.
Yeah.
You had,
Except the Colwright.
well, you had then you had every guy, because you had Vinnie Colwright and shit on
In my head, Carnival
on,
Souls.
on Animalize, on yeah, Vinnie writing shit on Revenge.
Yeah.
A couple of quick things that I meant to bring up that I didn't. Another thing that was a cool thing to be a Kiss fan in the '90s was they were actually coming out with videos. They did the extreme close-up, Kiss Confidential.
Yeah.
They were fucking awesome. It was cool because they were, even
That
if
was
they
real cool.
weren't, on a stage, they were putting out shit. They were opening up the vaults. They were, putting out video shit you never seen before.
They were
Which
in
was
the
a big
fall
thing in
of
the 90s,
Western
yeah.
Civilization, weren't they? Part 2, the metal
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, they were.
And
They
that was
were
a
in
big
that.
thing in the '90s was videotapes.
Yeah,
they're-
and I have I have all them, watched them 1,000 times. They put out the Kiss My Ass tribute album, which I always left a sour taste in my mouth because like you want other people to give a tribute to you. You do not put out your own tribute album.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Remember when
it's like
Just
throwing yourself a
don't-
surprise party.
it's-
You don't,
I
it's
have
so
that-
fucking stupid.
I have that on red vinyl. I bought
Yeah.
it when it came out. Remember when Garth Brooks was on like Jay Leno or
Yeah.
something like that
Yeah.
with Gina Paul?
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. It was
was cool.
interesting, and he's a Kiss fan,
Right.
So it was good, but like a lot of the songs on there, not so good.
No.
Not so good.
But like you don't put out your own tribute album. I just wanted to bring them up that I forgot to bring
Hey,
up
I'm
before.
throwing a surprise party for myself.
But I enjoyed it,
Yeah,
and you guys hit the nail on the head. It was, you started out the '90s with Gene, Paul, Eric Carr, Bruce Kulick. Unfortunately, Eric Carr passes away, and you get Eric Singer, Bruce, Gene, Paul, and they've been continuously since then stepping up musically. When they do I think that Kiss Unplugged was the pinnacle of Kiss in the '90s. It was like now you had the original guys only for a couple songs, but you had Bruce Kulick and you had Eric Singer. And listen to the drums on Kiss Unplugged.
yeah.
Listen to Bruce on Kiss Unplugged. Paul's voice was at its peak then. Gene was fantastic. I think it was great. And actually, Kiss Unplugged is definitely my top 10 of Kiss albums of all time.
Yeah.
It's you could throw that on, and even the slow songs that I hate, I don't hate that bad where I'm going to skip them. I'm just going to let it play through. Like, listen to Paul sing I Still Love You on there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He fucking is insane on that. And but just fantastic. And I think once like we talked about it before, once you've seen the Unplugged shit, you know that Ace and Peter are coming back. Eric and Bruce are going to be kicked to the side, but they stepped up visually, but took probably 4 steps back fucking musically.
Right.
No disrespect to Ace and Peter, but Bruce and Eric can play circles around those guys.
Yeah.
Even then,
Bless you.
even now. No, like I said, no disrespect, different eras, but it was a fun time. Kiss was fun then. It was fun to be a Kiss fan because fans, people that weren't Kiss fans were like, hey, let's go check these guys out. Rob talked about it before. Just like it was a great time to be a Kiss fan. You weren't getting you're a Kiss fan, you're a dick or whatever. But like people were like, maybe they're not so bad after all.
Right.
Not the Unmasked album. I still think they stink. Which was fucking ridiculous. But it was a great time. There was a whole new batch of memorabilia coming out. It was cool. People were excited about Kiss again. People were excited about Kiss again. How we've been excited about them all along.
Right.
And that was cool, and I think it kind of gave us vindication as Kiss fans.
We were like, see, I told you.
We were like, this is what the fuck you assholes have been
Yeah.
missing all these fucking years, so fuck you, showed up your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
We, not to say, I'm a bigger Kiss fan than you. No, that shit is bullshit, but this argument is not. Like, hey, we were right all along.
Yeah.
You guys were not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on
It
board.
was suddenly cool to be a Kiss
Right.
fan.
Yeah.
Come on board.
Yes.
We're like,
Come
what
join
the
us.
fuck? We
We
were
don't
telling you that
care
since
when you, but-
78,
right.
77, 78.
Yeah.
We're like,
But in the same, talk about people jumping on board, I think that's when everything started going to the hits people. You know what I mean?
Right.
These
but
people were jumping on board.
Yeah.
look at the set list they played though.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even to other bands, the Krew and so on.
They
To
were
this very day.
they were the beginning of the nostalgia
Nostalgia.
thing.
Yes.
Because
Right.
Led Zeppelin didn't get back together again
No.
until after the Kiss reunion,
yeah.
right?
The Eagles were after that, I think.
Ozzy
right,
was
Joel?
his No More
99,
Tours
yeah.
tours
Yeah.
was 1992.
Right.
Right.
He's still. I mean, I honestly think he's done now. But we saw him 2 years ago. it did. It kicked off. Good point, BC. It kicked off.
Let's get back together.
Let's get the band back together. Really, and it did. It kicked. Great.
They
Awesome point,
became
BC.
Trailblazers again at that point.
Right.
You know,
They
everybody
were the
was
leaders
following
once
them.
again.
Everybody
Which how it
was following
started
Awesome
back
point.
in the day.
And I'm so glad we're ending this on a high note.
Right.
So cool. I'm glad we have our KISS Krew back together again. And we actually have a show scheduled to get the KISS Krew back together again. I think it's going to be November sometime. We're going to be recording, so the episode's going to come out in December. We're going to continue one of our KISS series, which we had a fucking blast with last time, but I'm not going to say any more than that. And always a pleasure having. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Scott, for joining us again. I wish Chris was here with us tonight. He will be with us the next time we record. Dylan, always your younger insights are awesome. And like I said, when we first started this discussion, me and his mom were dating, I think. So, and Rob, thank you for spending your anniversary with us once again. We'll have to schedule.
We'll meet again next year.
Next year, we'll be same bat time,
September
same bat place.
17th.
There you
Yes,
go.
again.
And that's cool. And happy birthday. Rob just had a birthday last week as
Mine's
well.
Sunday.
And
Nice.
Scott, happy birthday
Hey,
early.
birthday.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
BC.
49.
Oh,
This
you're
year.
right.
Because he's
Next
going on
year.
a KISS Krew for his 50th.
For my 50th.
Oh, next year. Okay. I'm sorry.
So
Get ahead of myself.
And BC's he's almost moved into his house, so hopefully next time we record, he will not have to drive 20 miles to go home, so he can have a couple more beers with us. So, guys out there, just be a fun KISS fan. Don't fucking pick everything apart like me with Carnival of Souls. Don't be
Right.
me on Carnival of Souls.
Exactly.
All right? I'll give you that.
Give it another try.
Be a fun KISS fan.
Play it, spin it tonight.
That's right. Make KISS fun again. So, enjoy KISS
You know
for
what's a
them.
really fun KISS song? Car Jam 81.
No.
And Journey to 1,000 Years. Listen to it.
You guys are killing me. Okay. Thanks for listening out there, guys. We love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for interacting with us. Send us more things. Let us know your thoughts on KISS on the 90s. If you were a new KISS fan in the 90s, let us know where you came on board. And like Rob said, Rob's son, my son, how could they not be a KISS fan? It's what's in your house when you grow up.
We make them.
But yeah. So I'd love to hear from someone that was never a KISS fan and said, "Hey, let me check these guys out."
Good point.
And check them out. Like someone like Dylan's age, or even like or younger, like in their late teens or teens or whatever. I would love to hear from someone like that of how they became a KISS fan and what they thought of. Going back, checking out the classic stuff like what does a new KISS fan think of when they go back and look at that Winterland show that's in black and white?
Right.
That's still one of my holy shit, I could watch that anytime.
Yeah.
What does someone that is a new KISS fan think of that, and then seeing the band now? What's their thoughts on that? I would love to hear that.
Right.
So, guys out there, thanks for listening to us. We went a little bit long tonight, I'm sure. I didn't even look at how much time we are. But you know what? KISS in the 90s. It was a great way to cap off our 90s month. Rob, Scott, thanks guys for coming here again. You guys this is the KISS Krew. We got Chris here next time. BC, as always, awesome. Dylan, great job doing all the shit you do. Yes, we will have a KISS Spotify playlist. Hopefully, we could find some live shit or something to put on there.
I'll like some of KISS's best stuff.
Some
from the
reggae
90s.
KISS, maybe.
Some reggae KISS.
That'd be cool. Yeah, if you can find that, throw some of that shit on. That'd be cool.
So funny.
So if you listen to that, fire one up, hop in the hot tub, and enjoy. So thanks for spending some time with us again, you guys. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. Do your social distancing, wear your mask, whatever. Be a good person. Be kind. Be nice to the guy next to you. Even someone you don't know, be nice. And thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time. There definitely will be a next time.